Comebacks. Ah, the art of the comeback. That delirious symphony of disbelief and defiance played out on a gridiron stage where time bends and reason flees. Football, the great theater of absurd valor, loves nothing more than resurrection, and none quite sing louder than when the ghosts of failure become the gods of fourth quarters. Picture it, the Denver Broncos, beaten and buried, gasping under the weight of inevitability. The scoreboard sneers, the Giants grin, and then the fourth quarter happens. 33 points. 33! As if the football gods themselves downed an entire pot of espresso and decided chaos was good for ratings. It wasn't a comeback as much as a cosmic prank, a thunderclap of orange and blue absurdity that made statisticians weep and poets giggle. But football's tapestry is woven with threads of similar madness. The biggest playoff comeback in NFL history is 32 points. When the Buffalo Bills guided the immortal and mildly concussed Frank Reich, where they rose from the ashes against the Houston Oilers, now the Tennessee Titans, and then there's also the Houston Texans. We can get into that during
That's
the
what I thought.
season, maybe. In that 1993 Goodyear playoff game, it wasn't football, it was necromancy. Helmets collided, fans fainted, and somewhere destiny poured itself another drink. Even greater legends cling to that idea. Yes, I'll show my bias. Consider the 1999 St. Louis Rams. A 3-13 catastrophe the year before. A punchline told in every locker room. 49ers fans will still tell you SOSAR. S-O-S-A-R. Because back then, when they moved to St. Louis, the 49ers, after whooping them, which was the norm, kind of still is, honestly, the 49ers players would say to the media, new city, same old sorry-ass Rams. So
Damn.
sorry. Same old sorry-ass Rams. A punchline. And then, as if scripted by divine lunacy, they became the greatest show on turf. Kurt Warner stepped out of a grocery store aisle and into eternity. He was bagging groceries. Super Bowl MVP within 365 days. Spinning touchdowns like thread into gold. A year removed from irrelevance, they held the Lombardi Trophy aloft. Proof that miracles don't just happen, they sometimes ran a slant route. Because that's football, isn't it? A place where reality holds its breath for 12 minutes and nonsense becomes a gospel. The Broncos' 33-point fever dream, the Bills' undead uprising, the Rams' metamorphosis from rubble to royalty, all chapters in the same unhinged epic. In the church of comeback, despair is just a prelude, and time, sweet treacherous time, is the ultimate trickster. For as long as there's a quarter left to play, the scoreboard is merely a rumor, and the impossible is just waiting for the right lunatic to believe in it. I'm Thor, and welcome back, Kevin.
I'm alive.
We're dads of 2 kids, and we both work full-time jobs. We made a podcast just so we could have time to talk about football. This is Gridiron Thunder. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Well done, sir. Well done. Okay. Stop clapping. The clap went on for too long. Good to be back. I'm alive. Sorry for missing the last time. Sorry for leaving you by yourself, talking in the mirror like a madman. But you did great.
It was a descent into madness. Thank you to anybody who watched.
Yeah. Not our best produced episode, because I basically said, hey, Thor, I'm dead. Good luck. See you next week.
He works his magic. He works his magic, and I appreciate him for it.
But I am back, and I did watch a lot of football during the last week. You should be proud of me, man. I'm like turning on football games without even like thinking about it as much. I used to have to like really plan to make sure that the game was on and like not forget or not do something else. But now it's just like I have is like, waking up in the morning, having coffee, boom, game's on. My wife's like, there's games on Monday too. I'm like, yeah, of course, 2 of them. There's 2 games on Monday. Don't you know this?
One starts at 7 p.m.
Yeah, I mean, if we were on the East Coast, it'd be 10 p.m., which is crazy to think about. But yeah, no, right? Good thing we don't live in Florida.
Yep.
But no, I watched both those games too. That's the thing. I'm in it with Thor.
More power to you.
I can't help it. I can't help it.
The second one got a little rough.
What have you done to me? What have you done to me?
Innate. It's in you.
I used to read books. Now I just watch football. No, I'm just kidding.
Read books about football.
I mean, I was literally looking at books about football.
Yeah. No, there's some good ones.
Yeah, no, like some, yeah, no, exactly. Anyway, Super glad to be back. I was really excited to talk about this. You're, I mean, I see you're writing a book about football yourself with these intros. It's pretty great.
Ooh.
And
Maybe at the end of the year we just throw it into a leaflet.
write a little novella of
A
just
little novella.
haiku is by Thor. Gridiron Thunder edition, year one.
Poems. Yeah, I'll just make a football poetry book. Add it to the list.
Bro, that's a niche market right there.
There you go. That is oof. Yeah. I could see Indomitian Sue doing it for some reason.
I'd buy it. Everybody would buy it immediately without even thinking about it.
Yo, did you hear that Indomitian Sue's making a poetry book? What? All right. The fourth quarter.
It's great. I had money on that game. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
And the fact the Broncos won, obviously it did good things for me. But like the way they won was so last minute, and I was like screaming my head off like a lunatic. I had like
Nice.
3 games up on I was watching in my office that day, and I just had like all these games on. And I just couldn't stop watching the Broncos game, and I was just freaking out. But like every game on Sunday was like having these moments
Yeah.
that I just couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe
Yeah.
it.
It's great. Well, we'll jump right into the Giants Broncos since I brought it up. Our typical structure is we go through news, we go through the top newsworthy games of the week, the games people are going to be talking about, which guess what? Giants Broncos is number one this week. And then we move to the week eight preview after talking about all of week seven. Break down the island games. We go to the games we want to watch for the next week. And then you missed it, the name reveal for our picks for the week, the Gridiron Guarantee. So yeah, that at the end with the super fast parlay. But yeah, the Giants, man. I watched it with two Giants fans.
I'm so sorry.
It was great. My dad, like I
Yeah, your
said,
dad, right? Yeah.
Giants are my number two team for sure. Because again, my parents are from Jersey, and I was raised a Giants fan, and then my friend is from New York, and we were also watching other games at the time. The whole lead up, the hype, just like, oh my gosh, are we gonna do this? The Broncos are good. Are we gonna do this? And then we had it in the bag. Oh my gosh, this is great. Perfect. All right, cool. What's going on in the other games? Oh, the Broncos scored. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. God, Broncos scored again? Wait. Stop. And then
Yep.
Jackson Dart gave us that little bit of hope. We got a PI in the that gave us a
Yeah,
touchdown to take
which
the
was
lead right at
bullshit.
the end.
Which was bullshit.
So,
Yeah, that last touchdown.
I
Listen,
didn't
the
like the
Giants were
ref.
doing great. The Giants were doing great, but that last touchdown they got
Mm,
like the game should have been over sooner because I know that last field goal was dramatic because they missed their extra point, which gave them just exactly what they like. I know that happened, but you shouldn't have scored that touchdown because of that pass interference. It was quite a bad call. I
there-
was shooketh,
yeah,
especially since I had money on the Broncos. I was like, I'm extra shooketh right now, but this is objectively a bad call.
yeah, yeah. And
So fate fixed it. Fate for that's why that kick was missed. Like fate
well,
intervened. Went
speaking of
no.
kicks,
You're not rigging this game, sir.
Jacob McAdamy, the last name of the kicker for the Giants, who missed that extra point where it would have been a tie game at the end,
Yeah, it would have been
and it
tie
would have gone to
overtime.
overtime. And I think he missed one other one as well.
But in that game, he
So
missed it to the left, and then he missed it
yeah,
at the end of the game to the right.
that's right. Yeah, he overcorrected. He
Yeah,
was the kicking competition winner. That's why he was playing. He beat out Young Wei Koo, who they brought in off the streets, and they have Graham Gano coming off of an injury. And anyways, McAdamy is no longer with the team. He gone. Yeah. Oh, he gone. So yeah. So they have Graham Gano, who's an old kicker. He's good, but he's old and he's been injured like pretty consistently over the last couple of years. The Falcons kicker, Koo, he was a cult favorite. A lot of people really enjoy him, but this year he was really fucking up. The Falcons waived him, so the Giants picked him up. And yeah, they had McAdamy, they had Koo, they had a camp competition, and McAdamy won.
wow. Oh, camp
And
competition. Okay.
and now he's gone. So such
Is
is life.
he
That happens a lot with kickers. If they like start messing up consistently, they're gone. There's no grace period. There's no, oh, he's a rookie QB, we'll stick with him for 3 years. You know? You
That's
mess up in
rough.
like 2 games, you're gone as a kicker.
I didn't know it was so rough like that. I thought they had a cush
No,
job,
that's
man.
that's what they pay you to do.
Yeah, but they pay
They just
quarterbacks to throw footballs and not interceptions. They pay offensive linemen to not let the quarterback get sacked, and that happens all the time. They don't fire them. Like,
mm, they do a lot more than, just kick a ball though.
just kick a ball. I find
I
that
mean,
offensive as a
I
soccer
mean,
fan. It's a lot of technique and work,
take it up,
okay?
take it up with Bill Parcells.
And it's not like you have all the time in the world, like no one's coming at you. You just stand there and kick the ball. Like, no, you got to do it quickly. You can't really think about it too long because you're going to get whacked if you're just
Have you
like
ever have
trying
you
to
ever
do a golf
watched a
shot.
practice? Like a football
Like
practice?
when I was a kid, the Miami Dolphins did like a summer camp
Mm,
training with my school. That's like as close as I got to watching a football
yeah.
practice.
And so basically, there's like the offense practicing against the practice squad defense, and the defense
Yeah.
practicing against the practice squad
I mean, I've done training
offense.
mode in the video game Madden, if that's
Scrimmages,
any.
yeah. You got scrimmages. What you don't typically see is off in the distance, there's a kicker just kicking balls.
Yeah, into like a net. Yeah, just like slamming
Just
it, right?
just over and over. And they'll bring him in for like special teams practice and he just, kicks the ball. But like that's what they do. And the
That's
number
every
one
position in
position.
football. Every
No,
position in football,
no.
all you do is do the position
You don't have to memorize
nonstop.
an encyclopedia like a QB does, like a receivers and O linemen and D linemen and D linemen to a lesser extent. You know what I'm talking about. A gap, you got it. Um,
Yeah, I would call
no,
it a
that's a
dictionary that
good
they have
one.
to memorize.
I mentioned Bill Parcells because famously he said, when the kicker was sick, "Where's the goddamn kicker?" And somebody said, "Oh, coach, the kicker's sick. He can't play football." And Bill Parcells said, "I'm not asking him to play football. I'm asking him to kick a ball." And Bill Parcells is one of the greatest coaches of all time. He
Oh my
actually
god.
built a lot of things that are still in place, like the trade compensation board, which a lot of front offices still use. Like when you're trying to move around on draft day, he basically like built the table or the legend of like this will be worth this if you give this and this, it's worth this. So
He made that?
yeah.
That's crazy.
He did a lot of stuff.
And he
Yeah,
was a
he
coach. You would expect some sort of like
he won the
analyst.
Super Bowl with the Giants too. So
My god.
yeah, he's cool.
Bias. Is really that
He's really
great?
cool.
Or is it just from New York?
Read a book. Read a football book about
I
Bill
probably
Parcells.
should. I don't think I've ever read a football book.
I was
And I've read a lot of
I was
books.
gifted an encyclopedia, almanac when I was 10 or whatever.
Sorry, we got a little bit off track, but I'm
What are
honestly
we
shocked
talking
but
about?
that I'm honestly well, the kicker getting fired on the Giants. That
Oh yeah,
shook me up. But I mean, listen,
he got like
I do feel bad for Dart because like that kick went in by the Broncos, and the camera just pans to him like clutching his face, like on his knees, like praying to God, hoping that thing misses. And it's just like, no, you
yeah,
can't be that lucky, man. You already had a lot of luck this
yeah.
game. You can't be that lucky.
That's why I don't feel too bad for him and Scatterbo. Um, I was also looking at offensive line stats. The Giants may have one of the best offensive lines in football. So again,
In
I don't feel
football,
bad.
in
Hmm?
football, or like this year.
Out of all the teams, they have one of the best offensive lines. Uh, as an example, the Broncos have
Yeah,
one of the best pass rushers.
the data is skewed. I mean, the Giants played the Cowboys, which have no defense right now. Like, so come on,
Well,
they
the
had like
reason I
some free
bring it
games.
up is the Broncos have two of the best edge rushers in the entire NFL. It's the Rams, the Texans, the Broncos, and actually the Giants, who have like the best edge rushers in the entire NFL. Nick Benito and Jonathan Cooper, they both are at like 8 sacks this year. I think 6 sacks and 9 sacks maybe, but they're crazy. And they were just stuffed the entire game. And so I don't feel too bad for Jackson Dart, compared to Justin Herbert, who's the most hit QB in the league right now. Yeah, I don't feel too bad.
Oh my gosh. So is your
Hey,
dad on the hype train with Scadaboo
oh,
and
how
Dart?
could you? How could you not be? My
I don't know.
dad,
I just feel like it's too good to be
my
true.
dad,
Like
my dad saw the chain, and he was like, "Hey, he's wearing the chain, like okay." And I was like, "What are you talking
what
about?
chain?
You gotta represent." It's like we're from Jersey. And he was like, "Oh God." And then my other friend who was there, he was like, "Oh, you got a chain too? I got a chain."
My God, you guys
He's like, "You got
are.
the Brady chain?"
I don't get it. I mean, and for me, like being Hispanic, everybody has a chain. Like I do have one, but I'm just not wearing it right now. But that's like a Hispanic thing. Like I don't get the jersey thing.
Oh, like Northeast, Jersey, New York, totally, all of them. But it's also just more of a trend of like football players right now. I see everybody just
Well,
wearing
they
these
wear like
stud.
giant chains. Like, so yeah, they
Yeah,
wear like crazy, crazy big ones. Like
this one
that's like
wasn't too
beyond.
crazy. I will
Those
say
wear.
I saw Derrick Henry wearing like a giant cross that was like coming out of his shoulder pads, like right here, right next to his neck, and it was like loose because it's a necklace. And me and my friend we were like, "What if somebody hits him right there? Like, what if it just, you know?"
Yeah,
But yeah,
no, that's dangerous. That's a hazard at
yeah,
some point, bro.
yeah, some right. All right. Anything else on this game?
I mean, like,
It's
there's so much to say, but I'm sure everybody's heard it all already. It's just, it was a wild game. I'm glad it ended for the Broncos the way it did because the Broncos deserved it. They were playing
Broncos did.
more. They rallied, they did the thing, and then they got some rigging happening at the end there, but they were able to fight against it. So that's all I have to say about that.
I will say, these types of comebacks, they don't happen often. They do not happen often. We get like two or three per decade. Enjoy it. Enjoy
But
the football absurdity. All right, we talked about Giants Broncos. Before we go into the other newsworthy games this week, I kind of want to just run through news because there is some news this week.
what news is that?
So Jaden Daniels got hurt, hammy. So he's expected to miss week 8, which is not good.
Nah, it's not too bad.
Speaking of QBs, Aaron Glenn, the head coach for the Jets, he benched Justin Fields in the game last week. They're bad. And in a
Yep.
interview for this week, he said to keep a strategic advantage, he's not going to announce if Tyrod Taylor or Justin Fields is playing.
I
Just
mean,
not the start.
you have to have some sort of edge going into these games. Listen, I watched the Jets Panthers game because again, I had this extremely silly parlay that I put in because I had a crazy fever and I was just like whacked out of my mind. So I didn't lose much money or anything like that. I only spent $1. That's my style. However, the parlay was for like a lot of games and a lot of them were hitting. And I was like, okay, the Jets need to beat the Panthers because the Jets aren't going to get many wins this year. The Panthers are probably the team that could allow it. And let me tell you, the Panthers gave them every opportunity for it to be their
Uh,
week. Every opportunity. The Panthers were not. I'm not saying the Panthers are that bad. They just weren't playing well. You know what I mean? They there was so many opportunities, wide
seconds.
gaps, whatever.
Yeah.
The Jets couldn't take advantage of anything. Not even not one lick, bro. Like they moved like they were glitching out. Like if it was a video game, like they just looked like something was wrong with their internet connection. Like I saw their bodies moving and they just weren't going anywhere. I'm like, what is
Right.
this?
Aaron Glenn's he's trying, man. And also, if you look at Justin Fields like games, like the last 2 weeks have been bad by Justin Fields.
Yeah,
However, before that, he had multiple weeks where he was over 100 QBR. Like he had really good games. He almost outdueled Aaron Rodgers in week 1. So there's a lot of issues going on with Fields. To that point, they interviewed the GM of the Jets, the owner of the Jets, and he kind of went on a rant.
yeah. You sent me that
Who is
video.
this? Oh, it's Woody Johnson. Yeah, so they interviewed Woody Johnson, and he said, "Yeah, you know, Aaron Glenn's trying to do a bunch of stuff, and but you look at that coach with that QB, and you can't do much with a QB with a rating like that."
Yeah,
You know, and I think a lot of
the Madden ratings
coaches,
not good enough.
if you had a rating, if you had a QB rating like that, and you got to think like, is he talking about QBR, like though that rating?
No,
But with his
Madden.
Madden history,
It's always
the,
Madden.
the Jets owner famously, if you don't know about this, there was a scandal where he may have been, it was never confirmed, may have been using Madden in trade negotiations and like roster building. He was like, "Oh, this Madden rating is good. Let's bring him on." So when he's saying when you look at a QB with a rating like that, oh god,
Old habits die hard. Old
yeah.
habits die hard.
All right. So the Ravens are 1-5. It's very funny. There's been a lot of memes of
Yeah.
like the 1 in 5 room, you know, where it's like the Tennessee Titans, the Miami Dolphins, the New Orleans Saints, and then it's like the Ravens, and they're all just looking like, hey, we're the same.
What
But anyways, the
how did
Ravens they removed the fun, which is
how
a
did
trope. What's up?
How did Cooper Rush do? I missed that game. I didn't watch the Ravens game this time.
How did Cooper Rush do? I mean, we can talk about it when we talk about the others. But he was on
Just tell
bye.
me. Oh,
Yeah, that's
good.
why. Yeah, Lamar
That's why I missed the
Jackson.
game.
Yeah, yeah, you missed it
Ah,
for a good reason.
boo. No, I'm just kidding. The Ravens need Lamar Jackson back.
They
Cooper Rush
need
has
Lamar
failed.
back. Yeah,
He's too old now, I think. He's like 31. I think that he's past his prime. You should have seen him back when he was like 26. Holy man.
I did. I did watch him. He beat the Rams in like a 10-9 bore fest. My God. Speaking of teams that were trying to give the other team a win, but anyways, the Ravens, they removed the fun, which is a trope that a lot of teams do when they're bad. They try to remove all the distractions, and it's always a ping pong table. It's always a ping pong table. I don't know why every team has a ping pong table, but they just do. So they removed a ping pong table from the locker room. They removed video game consoles from the locker room. They removed basketball hoop from the locker room. Get rid of all the distractions.
I mean, yeah,
So
practice football, not basketball, guys. Come on. Jeez.
yeah, it's a trope. If we do this multiple years, I'm sure some other team will do it next year as well.
That's just
But
so
that's
silly.
also it is silly.
It's like, oh no, all these millionaires won't have access to their ping pong table. How are they gonna have fun after work?
Yeah, yeah.
Children,
Um,
bro. So silly.
in other news, Brandon Graham, who is a longtime legend for the Eagles, an edge rusher where they really need that help, he came out of retirement to rejoin the Eagles. So, you know,
What is this? Why is it always the Eagles that do shit like this?
yeah, I mean, there's still a part of me where I'm like, I saw this news and I was like, Aaron Donald.
Dude, come back. Come back, Donald. I'm watching football again. Come back. I missed your last year.
Yeah, I mean, it would be funny. We'll see how he does though. I don't know how many snaps he's gonna have. As soon as he gets back, it's just he was doing a podcast like this week, So, and then lastly, Sean Payton. Yeah, Sean Payton. He has history with Russell Wilson because Russell Wilson was the QB of the Broncos when Peyton first took over. I'm trying to just find his exact quote.
Just
Yeah. So basically, Peyton said he has a ton of respect for the Giants after the game. He said, I spent 4 of my early years there coordinating a Super Bowl, first game in the stadium before 9/11. Close with Mara and Tish family, the Giants owners. They found a little spark with that quarterback. I was talking to John Mara not too long ago, and I said we were hoping that change would have happened long after our game. So essentially, he's saying, I wish they would have gone to Jackson Dart after we played them because Russell Wilson was starting.
sucks. Yeah. And he
So he's
sucks.
saying, yeah, he's saying Russell Wilson sucks.
I
Russell
mean, he does
Wilson
suck.
is a very cringy guy. He does suck now,
He sucks
but
now. Yeah, I know.
he
Yeah.
he never talks trash, never. And again, he's just kind of an awkward guy overall. He posted on X, Twitter, whatever. He said, "Classless, but not surprised. Didn't realize you're still bounty hunting 15 plus years later through the media." And he did hashtag Let's Ride, which
Hashtag
is
let's
very
what do
funny.
wait, what does he mean by bounty hunting? I don't get that part. I get the classless part. But what do you mean bounty? Oh, like doing the injury thing that you were talking about?
Bountygate, yeah.
Like where he
Sean
was
Payton was
paying people to
involved
hurt
in that.
people? Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah,
it
okay.
wasn't
I
him,
remember. I
but
remember.
it was his defensive coordinator
Damn.
posted it.
Okay, so
Rest to
Russell
his
Wilson
absolute.
blasted him online saying that he's still doing that.
He said he's
Damn.
bounty hunting 15 years later through the media.
Through the
So
media. What does he mean
yeah,
by that? It's so cryptic.
it's he's saying that Peyton said this in an interview, or a post game conference. So it's like, I don't know. It is very funny that he added hashtag Let's Ride because when he went to the Broncos, he filmed a now famous promo where he was in a Broncos uniform, and they took like a million shots. So it was just him with like the football saying Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride. You know. So now it's a meme. So the fact he said
Damn.
hashtag let's ride is very funny.
Well, I mean, listen, dude. Russell Wilson, cringiness aside, you're old now, bro. And when Jackson Dart got maybe a concussion during last week's or the 2 weeks ago's game, where he was out for like one or two plays because he's got his neck rolled on. Russell Wilson stepped up and threw two passes to the sidelines, like completely just did nothing, and then Jackson
They
Dart came
booed
back
him
on.
off.
So like
The Giants fans. They
they
booed him
did
off.
I actually felt
Yeah,
bad. I was like
I think that's why he's
two
annoyed.
passes.
I think he gets it. He's like this. He's accepting like that he's riding into the sunset now, and then he sees Sean Payton be like, "I wish you had kept him at QB for a little bit longer." Take a shot.
That's
Sure.
like I don't know. I don't think Sean Payton was that out of pocket by saying that. I think it's like an honest thing to say, you know. But whatever. I'm
Yeah.
not a huge Russell Wilson supporter in general.
Yeah. And
I
as a
don't
Rams
like.
fan,
I
I will
don't.
always remember him for just dropping crazy moon balls to Tyler Lockett. Literally, I have a memory burned into my head
Yeah,
of
like it. Yeah.
like, oh, thank God, he's just getting rid of it. Oh, he's getting rid of it. Oh, thank God. It travels 40 yards, and I'm like, wait, Tyler Lockett's in the corner of the end zone. He caught it? No, no.
Well, I always heard this rumor about Russell Wilson. I've never fact checked this, so you can probably be my fact checker right now.
Let's spread it. Let's spread that
That
misinformation.
he got like married to a high school sweetheart when he was broke. He got rich and famous, and then divorced her for like a supermodel or
Yeah,
something. As
I
soon
don't
as he
know
got
about
rich,
the high school sweetheart part of it. I do know he married Sierra,
I
which
don't know. Someone, I think it was like a cousin of mine, a family member, who said that to me. Like, oh, he had this ride or die girl,
cousins,
and then he got rich and
friends.
famous, and then he dropped her in 2 seconds, and then like very like cruelly. And I was like, yeah, I don't like stuff like that, So
I
that's why I've never
mean,
really liked Russell
yeah,
Wilson.
we also don't know their story. What if they just hated each other? You know, what if it was fair? And then
Then
he
why'd you
just
get married?
happened to meet Sierra. You know,
Now, who's here? Why is this a big deal?
Sierra, she's a
I don't
very
know any
very good
famous
musical
people.
artist. Yeah, she's a
Okay,
very famous musical artist from the early 2000s. Let me
okay,
see you one two step.
I
Everybody
know that
one
one.
two step.
I know that
Don't
song.
stop.
Okay, so
Anytime you got nobody right.
all right. I'm sorry I asked. I'm sorry I asked. Jesus. Okay,
Hey, we're keeping it
Were there
tight
any
today,
other?
man.
Yeah, super tight. Were there any other news items?
No, that's it. All right, now we can go to the top newsworthy games. We talked about number one. Uh, you can look through the list that I was writing. I only put down a couple, like three total newsworthy games. Scan through the games that happened. Add it to the list if you want. But the
That's a
second
good list.
newsworthy game was, in my opinion, Buccaneers at the Lions.
It was a good game. I feel bad for the Bucks. I thought they were going to have way better showing. To be honest, I was a
Me
bit
too.
surprised by this one.
Yeah, me too. I think one play that really encapsulated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers energy was the Mike Evans play. You saw that?
No, what are you referring to?
So Mike Evans and Emeka Egbuka both come back from injury in this game, and Mike Evans has been like the spiritual leader of this team. He broke Jerry Rice's wide receiving record of consecutive seasons with 1,000 yards. It was either 10 or 11 seasons straight of 1,000 yards. There were a couple seasons where he was injured and he missed like 4 games. But still, at the very end, one of the most hype moments of, I think it was last year, was when he needed like 8 yards and there were like 2 plays left in the game. And they were able to get him the ball to get him over 1,000 yards. He's going into the
Damn.
Hall of Fame. Don't at me. Mike Evans belongs in the Hall of Fame. But he goes out for a deep ball, which has always been his specialty. Tom Brady to Mike Evans was a sick connection when they won that Super Bowl. And he lays out like he's done a million times. He hits the turf hard. And it looks like he gets knocked out.
Oh yes, I did see that. So like he jumped for the ball and then like whiffed it
Kind
or
of.
something, right? And like he
I
landed
mean,
bad on his
he
shoulder
didn't really
head
like he
area.
didn't fully like lay out, but he did like stretch for the ball and then, just hit.
He just landed at a really bad angle. Yeah.
Yeah, he dislocated his collarbone or a broken
Yeah.
collarbone, I mean.
Yeah, no, he
Yeah,
landed
and
right on it and then he
again,
couldn't move.
he didn't. I mean, it looked like he got knocked out, so possibly a concussion too.
Yeah. I think he got a bit concussed because like I missed it. Like I remember I was watching the game. I looked away probably at another game. I discovered Red Zone for the first time, by the way. It's awesome. I love Red Zone. Holy shit. That's the way to watch football, man. Red
Didn't
Zone
know about Red
sponsorship.
Zone.
No. When did that serve me anything? It's great.
I have failed you as a
My family
friend
never
and a co-host. My
growing
God,
up, we never had
Red Zone's awesome.
we never had like NFL packages or anything growing up, and I never bought like I would always just like watch games at bars or whatever. So like yeah, I would watch like one game at a time, and then maybe pull up another one on my
Guess,
phone.
guess, guess, guess when it came out. What year?
2015, wild guess.
Earlier,
Earlier, oh my god, no, I have no idea.
2009.
Yeah, we never had Red Zone growing up. Is that's like a special package, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's technically its own channel. Yeah,
yeah. I found it by accident. I was just trying to find a game, and I clicked the wrong thing, and then Red Zone, and I was like, "What is Red Zone? Why am I watching
how
every
do you
game?"
have Red Zone?
This is,
How
I
do you
played the
have Red
fifth.
Zone?
I played the fifth.
Oh, yar. Um, no, I pay for it.
I pay for it, Thor. Jesus Christ. I pay for my
No,
internet, dude. Jeez Louise.
here's a plug. I pay for NFL Plus on mobile. I pay like $60 per year, and I get all the games, and I get Red Zone. It's actually kind of worth it, in my opinion.
A
Uh,
year's not bad.
Anywho, it's not bad. It's not bad.
For a
You
whole
just
year,
can't
not bad.
watch. You just can't watch games that are on your network in your area. That's all.
Oh, never mind. This
But you
sucks. It's
can.
horrible. That's the worst thing
No,
ever.
it's just during the
Don't
main
get
Sunday
them.
slate.
Yeah, don't give them any money. Fuck that. Where's my freedom?
Yeah, you can watch Thursday night football. You can watch Sunday night football,
It's
Monday night football. It's sick.
it's in the Constitution that I should be able to watch any football game with my NFL mobile package,
It is. I've seen that.
regardless of my location. Yeah, no, regardless.
When Nick Cage was signing it, or when Nick Cage was stealing it, he said, "This is my favorite part right here."
Yeah.
And then he saluted it, and then he stole it. He's like, "Anyways, there's a map on the back." Uh, no, Lions looked good. Just to touch on fantasy football real quick, I was facing my wife this week. She had Amon-Ra St. Brown. I was like, okay, if Amon-Ra has a bad game, and if Rashad White pops off, I win. I lost within like the first like minute. I was like,
Yeah.
dang it.
Yep. Yeah.
But
Never bet
good news,
against the
I'm not
wife.
sleeping on the couch, so.
Yeah, wild. That's wild.
Yeah,
Um,
Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, my God. Jahmyr Gibbs looks like one of the best players in football. There were multiple times where it looked like he was going to have a negative carry, and he just fell forward for like 5 yards. I was like, what? This is like a broken play. How did he like squeeze through there? He had a 78-yard run, just crazy. Jahmyr Gibbs, man. He looks really, really, really good. And
yeah, no, he's on
I
fire.
can't stand it when they do the split possession of him and David Montgomery. Like I like David Montgomery. I think he's a good running back. But you're giving like half of the snaps to David Montgomery when you have Jahmyr Gibbs.
You have to preserve Gibbs, man. This is
I
still
know,
early in the
I know.
season.
I just
Like
want to
you
see
have to
more.
be smart, especially if you're winning. No, I know. Listen, like the Lions, like they got their scores that game because of him. Basically, Goff was doing okay, but it was like Gibbs really running
Goff
the
was okay.
show offensively. Yeah,
It really helps when you can just throw a screen pass and Gibbs goes for 80 yards. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, no, it was insane. So no, but again,
Three.
because of that, you
Mm.
have to be smart. And yeah, Gibbs is probably not happy for it. From like I don't know what his
No,
contract
Gibbs
is if
is
he's.
fine. Gibbs is happy. He's good.
But yeah, you got to
He's
preserve
very
him.
much
So if you have a
he's
running
very
back that
much in
can
my
kind
opinion
of
happy.
get there, good. No, I mean, listen, those are always the best players in the world are like that, right? The ones that really go
Mhm.
far. They don't cause a lot of
Yeah.
drama, send tweets, all that type of stuff. Just focus on winning. Whatever it means to win, do that, and you'll be fine. Um, but yeah, But still, I don't really know what went wrong for the Bucks exactly because they looked like when they were playing, I couldn't see anything obvious that was like this is. And I know they had that critical injury and everything, but like
Hmm.
they looked great still, and I was like, wow, they're playing so good. They're just getting wrecked, like not wrecked,
Yeah.
maybe not the right word. They just
No, the Lions choked the life out of them, and I think there were opportunities there, but it really was just like everything was firing on all cylinders for the Lions. Things were not for the Bucks. And I do think it was kind of a off night for the Bucks overall. It's never sustainable when a team wins by one possession, like for every single one of their games. So you're gonna have nights like this. They are still kind of hurt, but I do think these teams might play each other in the playoffs too. So
well, speaking of teams going to the playoffs, let's move over to Colts and Chargers because that was actually an
yeah,
excellent game as well. I didn't watch
I like
the
this
the
game.
the tail end of it because it was kind of obvious, who was winning by then. But I watched, the build up to it and everything. It was super great.
It's a good
Indiana
game.
Jones is fucking going, man. The
He's
Colts are not.
good.
I don't think they're a meme anymore. Like I think they're actually legit. I think this might be the
They
real
are.
thing
It's
because
over.
the
The
Chargers aren't
the
a joke.
meme. Yeah, the meme of the Colts is over. The era of the Colts is here. I did see one meme where it was Danny Dimes like just like in his full Giants gear, like potentially getting Brian Dable fired, and then him like in his Indiana Jones gear, and it's like potentially getting Brian Dable fired, the head coach.
That's so funny.
Because as a Giants fan, to see like Indiana Jones out there, like, wait, we had him. Speaking of Vikings had Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones on their roster, and now they're in QB purgatory. And then we can go down. I talked about it last week, but the Panthers had Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold on the roster.
You did talk to you did give me that breakdown the week before, and you did it again last week. Listen, I think it just speaks to the organization more than anything. If you can have
Sure.
such like extremely different performances, it's obvious, man. I don't know how these coaches keep. I don't know how a kicker can get fired like that, and a coach
We
like
talked
the
about it.
cap.
All right, it makes sense.
No, it doesn't because you know what a coach's only job is. You know what a coach's only job is to not even touch the fucking football. So how about you do your job correctly, dog? All right, just do your
Okay, a kicker
spreadsheets.
doesn't build plays.
What are you building? What plays are you building that like just go to Madden, click download offline mode.
Where do you think Madden gets it from, Kevin?
I know, I know. Well, chicken or the egg? No, hold on, chicken or the egg? Who are they getting it from Madden and then they're just re-uploading their edits? I mean, come on, let's be real. We all know how it is. No, I mean, listen, coaches get away with bloody murder, dude. What is it, Garrett, the old Cowboys coach, who's now an analyst? I
Yeah,
saw him on Red Zone. I almost spit at my screen. I was like, get off my TV. I never want to see your face again. I thought I was done looking at your ugly ass. He's over here trying to talk
Jason
to me
Garrett.
like he
He
understands
had
football. I'm
way
like,
too
you
much
obviously don't
time.
get football, bro. You're the Cowboys coach for a long time.
He knows more about football than us, though. I'll admit it. Um,
Does he?
he does he. You know who knows football? Justin Herbert. Man, I said it last week. He is willing the Chargers to any success that they have, and they're still 4-3. All right, they're not like out of it or anything, but it kind of feels like they're really, really struggling. And I mean, in this game, he threw the ball 55 times, 420 yards. Nice. Three touchdowns, but he did have two interceptions. But he was also their leading running back. Again, I think this is like the third time this
Yeah,
year
but
he's
only
their leading
31
running back
yards.
for 31 yards. Get a running game. He is the most hit QB in the NFL, and he has the most passing yards in the NFL.
Do it all, Herbert.
He can. This week they should be getting Joe Alt back, so that'll be good. One of the best tackles in the NFL. And yes, their third tackle got hurt in this game as well. So their offensive line is in trouble. They had Najee Harris go out for the year. They had Omarion Hampton go out for at least probably 4 more weeks or so. So yeah, it
Yeah,
makes
and
sense
listen, I
they
mean,
run a
they
running game, but still, he's doing everything.
He is
I
doing
think
everything,
he
but in the
deserves an
Chargers,
MVP at this point.
maybe I could see the argument there. But I mean, listen, the Chargers are going to have a better turn of luck here soon. They'll probably have a better game against the Vikings coming up. It's not going to be an easy game, but their whole season so far, with the exception of maybe the Browns, who are not as bad as we make them out to be, they've had pretty tough games, like good opponents and everything. But coming up, they're gonna, besides the Vikings game, which is kind of like medium,
Yeah,
they're
their
gonna have a few.
schedule's
They're gonna have a few easy
pretty
games,
interesting. They played the
but their schedule's
Chiefs,
about to turn. Yeah,
Raiders,
Chiefs, yes,
Broncos, Giants, Commanders, Dolphins, Colts. I mean, Dolphins, Raiders.
right, and they're about to play
Giants are better than we thought. They're
the
about to
Giants are better
play
than we
the
thought.
Vikings, Titans, Steelers, Jaguars, Raiders, and then they
Yeah,
play the
easy.
Eagles and Chiefs back to back weeks.
Yeah, so until December, they have like an easier schedule
It
besides the
is.
Viking game
Yeah.
coming up this week. So I mean, I
I mean,
still
even the
think the Chargers
Vikings
are
are pretty
playoff
good.
contenders, especially if they can get kind of healthy during that time before
I
the
think
Eagles
wild
Chiefs
card.
games. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, they didn't look that bad to me, is what I'm trying to say. Even though they did get smashed, they were still looking like a fiery team, better than what I was seeing from some of the other games. So I don't think
Yeah,
they're completely out of it.
I think I was talking about hope last week. I think trust was kind of like the other theme that I had. And there's only like a few teams that I actually trust in the NFL right now, and the Colts are one of them. I when they go out there, I know that they're going to put this product on the field that will do these things. They'll do X, Y, and Z. Daniel Jones will be a game manager plus, and like make some plays when he needs to. Jonathan Taylor will continue to be one of the best running backs in the NFL. He had the hat trick, 3 touchdowns today. Tyler Warren will still be arguably the best tight end in the league. Their defense is going to be consistently good. I just trust them. Like, if I have to bet on just one team, I would probably bet on the Colts at this point. Unfortunately, one of the other teams I trust is the Seahawks. They're
Oof,
up there for me too. So
really? Do you
mhm.
trust the Giants at this point? I know they lost, but
No,
they barely lost.
nope.
No,
I think like in the tier right below those two are the Chiefs. I I'm s- I trust the Chiefs. I trust the Chiefs I've
really?
seen the last 2 weeks. Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Well, this last week they've smashed the Raiders. Like, there's no trust to build there, bro.
good. That's what trustworthy teams do. They whoop shitty teams. That's what they
I
do.
guess.
All right. We talked about the top newsworthy games. I don't really think there's anything that stands out besides that, where it was like Bucks Lions, potential NFC championship game. Giants Broncos, one of the craziest comebacks of all time. Colts Chargers, AFC matchup between two potential playoff teams and including the number one seed in the AFC. Speaking of seeding, what's funny? The Eagles, the Buccaneers, and the 49ers are all leading their divisions at 5-2 records in the NFC playoffs. They are not the one seed in right now in the NFL playoffs for the NFC. The number one seed in the NFC is the Green Bay Packers with their 4-1-1 record. It's not 5-2. It's technically a better seeding because they're 4-1-1.
Yeah. A
I just
tie
think
is
that's so
worth at
funny.
least 1 point, or a loss is
A
worth zero
tie,
points.
a tie is not a loss. So
Yeah.
it
Listen,
may not be a win, but it's not a loss. I just
it's
thought
a
that was funny.
better, it's a better, no, listen,
It's
I,
a better outcome than a
it's
loss.
not
It
that,
is.
it's not that funny to me because I see this all the time in soccer. Like, literally teams will get all the way to like the
Uh,
semifinals on like ties, man. Like, you just have to like get the right amount of points. It's all about points, not about wins. It's about points. How many
believe it or
points you
not.
got on your table? And
I
a
mean,
loss
believe it
is
or
always
not, it's
zero. A tie is usually
football
at
too.
least 1 point. Yeah,
I
exactly.
think I think in tiebreaker scenarios, I think it's like the fourth or fifth tiebreaker is the strength of victories, which means like how many points you like the point differential you had.
They do that in soccer too. Yeah, like how big is your point differential? That's like the third tiebreaker or something. Um, yeah, it's wild.
Cool.
It's wild that it's
So
going to be
yeah,
that close right now.
yeah. I mean, it's the beginning of the season. There are a lot of like good teams, I feel like. There's no like truly dominant teams, but I feel like there's a lot of good teams.
No, I mean we're in the era. We're like in the kingmaker era right now because like the dominant dynasties are kind of fading. I'm talking about the Chiefs. We're like, yeah, they're still around. They're still threatening, but they're not like the.
Man, don't count them out.
No, I'm not counting them out
Count 'em out.
entirely. I'm just saying they're not the big bad wolf like they were the last few years.
They
You know,
might
where
be,
like
man.
where you just
They
know.
might
No, they're
be.
not. No, they're not. Who are they playing this? Who are they playing this week?
All
I'll
right,
tell you right now,
let's
they're gonna
talk.
win.
Let's run through the others real quick. So when I say the others, it's just the other games that happened. They were still fun. They were still great. They still matter. But we don't need to spend too much time talking about them. Did
How
you?
was the Steelers game?
You didn't see it?
No,
I
I
mean,
didn't
I'm
see
sure
it.
you watched highlights or whatever, but you didn't watch it live. Jamar Chase is a freak. It turns out if you see Jamar Chase in one-on-one coverage, you just throw the ball to him. You don't need to think. Like that is kicker level playing. And that's what Joe Flacco did. He said, "Oh, Jamar Chase one-on-one, throw ball. Jamar Chase catch ball." And that's what he did, man. It was dumb. It was stupid. Jamar Chase set a Bengals record for targets, which was 23. 23 times they targeted him. My God, he
Damn.
caught it 16 times
Well,
for
Joe Flacco
161
after the
yards.
game, Joe Flacco
Yeah,
after the game was admitting that he didn't really like understand the playbook, and he was like, "Yeah, they were saying things, and I couldn't like quite understand what they were saying, so I was just like making
he
the
would
best
repeat
decisions
them.
I could."
Yeah,
And the best decision was just like, I
you
trust
just throw the
Jamar
ball to
Chase.
Jamar Chase.
Great
And
quarterback.
yeah,
Oh, quarterbacks. Do quarterbacks even need to think, Thor, or do they just need to throw the football? I mean,
when
like,
they have Jamar Chase, honestly, I wish Matthew Stafford would do it more with Puka Nakua. Just chuck it. I know he's down there somewhere. And yeah, they also have a really good wide receiver, T. Higgins, on the same team. So uh,
man, but what a game! What a game of old ass quarterbacks. I saw like the thumbnails, like for the
dumb,
highlights and everything, and I had to like I
dumb,
was with my
dumb.
wife doing something else, and I had to pause and be like, "Honey, I know you don't care about football, but just look at this image. Both of these quarterbacks are over the age of 40."
Oh,
And even she was like,
I
"That's
know that
insane." I'm
feeling.
like, I
I
know,
know that feeling.
that is insanity." And then after the game, like
It
Aaron Rodgers is
happens.
like
Yeah.
coming up, like shaking Joe Flacco's hand. It looked like a fuck. It looked like a presidential campaign bid. Like how old they
That's
were. I
what
was
it
like, "You guys
says.
are running for office?"
Wow, these people are almost old enough to be the president of the United States. Almost.
Yeah, like what? What are they off? Like 3 years or something?
No, they're off.
No, no, no. The
But yeah,
minimum is like 45 or
there's
something, right?
35.
Oh, really?
I
Oh, dang.
meant
That's
I
younger than I
meant
thought.
what we've I meant what we've actually
Actually,
done
what we actually
is like
do
a
it.
million
Yeah,
points.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. That's
anyways,
true.
love to see it. I can't pick Thursday night games anymore. I just can't do it. That's three strikes and I'm out. I picked the Eagles to beat the Giants. Dumb, stupid.
Dumb. How
I
dare you?
picked I picked the Steelers to beat the Joe Flacco Bengals. Dumb. I'm an idiot.
How could you not see the danger? But no, yeah. You're still in charge of the Super Parlay, but you can't pick the
Sure.
Thursday game. I have to take over.
Sure. What was the one before that? Oh, I picked the Rams to beat the 49 IRs.
Blinded by your own bias.
Like three clear, like heavy favorites.
And
What are you
that's
gonna
where you went
do?
wrong.
That's right. I don't know ball. I just don't know ball. All right. Steelers Bengals was a fun game.
It was
Also a
hilarious.
fun game for me. Head over to London. Playing in the hot toddy. The Rams at a home game for Jacksonville, but it wasn't a home game because it was in Wembley Stadium.
So Sean McVay did something with the travel schedule. Can you explain that? Because they kept talking about it
Yeah,
during the game.
yeah.
They were like, "Oh, he came early, and no one's done this
No,
before." And
no, he
I
didn't
forgot
come
what they
early. He
said.
came late. They
Oh,
arrived within like 24 hours of playing in London.
whoa, that
And
helped them.
yeah, I guess so. What it helped them do was, I think, cut down on any distractions. Because when they have these international games and the team's there for like the whole week, they have like all these events, they have like meetings and like all that stuff. So McVay kind of did something that nobody's done where, everybody's like, oh, I want to get ahead of the jet lag. I want to not deal with that. I want all my players to be accustomed to the new time zone, all that stuff. Sean McVay said, "Nope, we're gonna stay in Baltimore. We're gonna practice in Camden Yards, which is a baseball stadium for the Orioles. They literally practiced in the outfield all week, and then the day before the game, they flew to London, and then they played, and they whooped the Jags.
They did,
They smoked them without Puka Nakua either.
which is
I
wild.
was worried about this game. I did
No,
pick.
I thought the Jaguars were gonna like jag it up a bit because they just came off a great win. Not just, but they had some recent wins against like the Chiefs and stuff. Yeah, I mean, like I don't know. I was starting to believe in the Jags a bit more, but the Rams kind of disproved that. But also the travel games are weird and stuff, so I don't know how much that affected the Jaguars.
Maybe it was I. The Rams also unleashed a new game plan as well. I don't know if it was because of just Puka Nakua or if McVay wants to do this more going forward. But what he likes to do is he runs three wide receiver sets, and then one tight ends. In this game, he was running one receiver sets with three tight ends. So kind of like jumbo sets, but he was passing out of it, which I thought was really interesting. And it led to Matthew Stafford passing to like 10 different receivers, which is just crazy. Devontae Adams still balled out. Matt Stafford was just on. Matt Stafford leads the league in touchdowns, which is kind of crazy. And then, yeah, the Jags just seemed lost. Trevor Lawrence, I don't know, man. He seemed off. And I don't know why, but the Rams or the Jaguars subreddit's been popping up in my feed. And a lot of Jaguars fans are hating on Trevor Lawrence. They're done. They're over him. There's just been compilation videos of Trevor Lawrence just missing like easy passes, which I did see it watching the game. But yeah, I don't want to give up on Trevor Lawrence. I like him, but there were some egregious passes.
You just have one job to catch the ball. Be like a
To throw the
kicker.
ball.
Be like kicker.
Be like Cuckoo. Do not get iced.
If we
Um,
ever get merch, we're making that shirt. Be like kicker.
be like Cuckoo. Just kick ball. Kick ball. Good. That's all you gotta do. But yeah, it's not a newsworthy game because the Rams took care of business. They're on
Yeah,
bye this week. They get Puka Nakua back next week. And yeah, they did well. They're keeping pace with the other NFC West teams, which is annoying. So
yeah. Well, no, Sean McVay's always been tactician. He's very good at just like being very agile on the field when it comes to these type of play calls. I think they did make those changes because Puka Nacua was gone, and that's a good thing. That's what you're supposed to do.
I'm
Unlike the
fascinated.
Ravens, for example, who just
But this
like
is like the best the Rams have looked, and it's without Puka Nakua. So that's what makes me question like this should be the game plan, but you just replace Adams with Puka, or was it because of the playstyle of Adams that you were able to do this? I don't know.
I think it's the similar thing when like a QB gets replaced or is out for a game, whatever. Like when you don't have tape on it, it really changes things because like these
Yes,
you've explained this to me. Like these football games are more rehearsed, not in like a rigged way. They're just like
they
literally they're
became
rehearsals,
yeah the scripted plays. Yeah.
but not even just the beginning. Like you are prepping to play a certain team. You're looking for their
Playing the game.
tells and all that type of stuff, right? So if you don't have those things, if you switch it up on them day of, like if Puka Nakua was there in that same formation, I don't know if he would have gotten away with as much because it opens up the field as much. They can't read your hand as quickly or as easily.
Right. All right.
Um,
Let's move on.
Saints Bears. I
Saints
didn't watch this
Bears.
game, but I guess Caleb Williams is feeling himself against another bad team.
Caleb
Did I
Williams is
get it
doing
right?
okay. Not his best game. He would nearly 50% completion rate, which isn't good, and interception, which isn't good.
Oof.
They won this game carried off the back of their defense and their running game. DeAndre Swift continues to look really good. There were there were thoughts in the offseason like, oh, DeAndre Swift could be like Jameer Gibbs in the Ben Johnson offense. Didn't really see it the first few weeks. He's kind of starting to look that way. Um, I won't go that far, obviously, but what is crazy is the Bears defense is averaging 3 takeaways a game, which
That's
is
pretty good.
absurd. It's very, very, very good.
That's
Um,
pretty. That's pretty.
it's pretty,
Pretty
pretty good.
decent.
Spencer Rattler on the flip side has looked pretty decent, but he threw 3 interceptions today, talking about those 3 turnovers. Um, and yeah, I mean, it wasn't like the easiest sledding for the Bears. However, they were able to put them away because of the advantage that their defense gave them and their running game gave them. Kyle Manungai, their second string running back, also looked good. I think he had like 86 yards to complement DeAndre Swift's 124 yards. And remember, Justin Herbert was the Chargers' leading running back with 31 yards. So it helps to have a running game, folks.
Yeah, I mean, well, hopefully the Bears lean into that a bit more because obviously Caleb Williams is not the like carry quarterback Herbert is. So yeah, just keep that in
Maybe,
mind,
yeah,
Bears.
maybe in a few years, maybe.
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 Speaking of what's going to happen in a few years, Dolphins Browns. My God, I didn't watch the whole game, but the Dolphins coach, I could
You,
just
you
see
didn't
him.
tell me.
I could just see him whittling into like nothingness, dude. It was
Yeah.
so bad watching that game.
A one
And you know
one
what? I was
poster
wrong.
bet.
And listen, Gabriel, for real.
I
But and
want that shirt.
yeah,
One day closer to
we'll
death.
get we'll get that shirt. Gridiron Thunder, one day closer.
One day closer to
Uh,
death. It's a good day.
but Gabriel on the Browns, man, he looks good. He looks professional. He's not making a lot of mistakes. I don't think he's been challenged yet, truly. However, it's still the NFL, and he's not making rookie mistakes, from what I could tell.
It's if you're in the NFL and you're a QB and you are a game manager, that's great. You're gonna start. You're not gonna you're not gonna make the top five $50 million per year plus contracts, but you're gonna be good. You're gonna be decent. Russell Wilson, for example, was labeled a game manager for a majority of his career in Seattle. So
In Seattle, that was
being a
true.
game
Yeah.
manager is good.
Yep.
It's
But
good.
yeah,
I'm
that's all I.
down on game managers.
But that's
No
I never.
interceptions, no touchdowns, but also no interceptions. That's good.
Yeah, you want that consistent, reliable, trusting
Hmm.
play style.
Trust.
Going back to the theme. But yeah, nothing much else more to say there. Just the Dolphins coach is like he is just literally all I could see was like a floating head. His body is just like turning into he's getting like skinnier and skinnier every game. He's not sleeping. He's not eating.
It's like life force is leaving him.
Yeah,
Uh, and speaking of Tua, man,
yeah. Oh, Tua.
yeah, Tua turned the ball over. You can't beat the allegations, my man. 3 interceptions. It's not good.
Yeah, like I said, not
Does he
much
get
more else
benched?
to say.
I
Benched for
heard.
who? Benched by well, who do they even have? Nothing. Exactly. Exactly. This is their only option is Tua Tua. And Tua, meanwhile, is claiming he did this last week, the episode I
They have
missed.
Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers. He's a rookie. Some people were excited about him coming out of Texas. I was, in like the deep mock drafts, I was like, oh, maybe the Rams could take him in the third round. Um, but yeah, I think people would be excited if Quinn Ewers got some playing time.
He might, but I think they need to solve the coach first. Unfortunately, like
Mike, Mike McDaniel's time is over.
you can't continue and like try to make changes at this point with a McDaniel's playbook. Like it's whether or not he's actually a strategic genius or whatever, or that nerdy kid that he was like advertised as when he first got started.
He
This isn't the
absolutely
team for him.
was that hype of like Sean McVay. He was like, oh hey,
Yeah,
Mike McDaniel's the new boy wonder. Yeah. That was
yeah,
absolutely the hype when he was hired.
absolutely. And it was not. And again, it could be organizational and stuff. That type of thing happens, but the Dolphins have to make changes. Tua is claiming that people aren't showing up for meetings. He later apologized for saying that, but I think he just got yelled at. I think he was being honest that
Yeah.
the Dolphins are just like, they don't have a central leadership right now. So yeah, I think before you start replacing quarterbacks, anything like that, you have to switch that up. You still have time. This is right now. Is the
Yeah.
time to do it.
So I heard rumors, and I listen to a myriad of different podcasts, and I watch NFL Network, I watch ESPN, no matter how garbage some of those analysts are.
Looking at you,
But
Garrett.
um, Dolphins may be sellers for the trade deadline, which is coming up in 2 weeks,
Snap. Okay.
and so that means Jalen Waddle, he could be going to a different team. And I even saw maybe potentially Tua going to a different team.
What about
Speaking
Hunt?
of,
Can you trade people when they're hurt?
yeah, you can. Are you talking about Hill?
I mean Hill. My
Tyreek
bad.
Hill?
Sorry. Yeah, Tyreek Hill.
Hunt, Hill, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. It is.
So Tyreek Hill was talked about before he had his injury of potentially going to like the Chiefs when they really need a receiver. The Chiefs don't need a receiver right now. Um, but I think Tua on like the Vikings would be spicy.
Ugh. If I were the Vikings, I wouldn't. I think what you have now is better than Tua, dude.
No, maybe. I don't
I
know.
know it's not. I know it's not great, but it's better. I mean, you got Wentz.
Yeah, and you
I
got
would take.
David.
I would take
Just
Wentz. I would take Wentz over Tua any day, even though he's old.
I on Tua's best day, it's much better than Wentz. But that's a conversation for another day. Let's talk Patriots, man.
Ah,
Remember
yes.
remember when I said you can trust teams uh, to whoop up on bad teams?
Yeah. Well, that's what happened.
That's what happened.
I mean, but I
All
wouldn't
right,
put Patriots as like
Patriots.
an elite team or anything. But yeah, I mean, they definitely were the dominant team going in. The Titans, man, they're like the only other team that I feel like worse for than the Jets.
They're bad.
They're incredible. They're incredible.
They're bad, bad. They will also probably be sellers, but I don't even know who they can sell. Uh,
Stay away from that.
Jeffrey Jeffrey Simmons is by far their best player, and just tear everything down to the studs at that point. Like, what are you gonna do? How old is
Exactly.
Jeffrey Simmons? Does he have his age on here? He was in the 2019 draft. He's not too old. Good defensive lineman. Go to a contender. Yeah, cool. Drake May looks good. He continues to be my favorite young QB in the NFL. Use Travion Henderson, please, for the love of God. Use Travion Henderson. Ramondre Stevenson's fine. He's fine. And yeah, I agree. They don't look elite. However, we still got to remember they're AFC East division leaders with a 1 game lead over the Bills.
That is wild. But the Bills have had harder games. So, but yeah, no, the Bills have been a little shaken recently. Actually, now that you mention it, so I'm hoping they kind of find their form again because before it
Yeah.
gets dangerous.
Speaking of, Calvin Ridley suffered an injury, so the Titans, whatever passing game they may have had, their number one receiver is Chimere Dike, who's a rookie. So go for it, Titans. I'm pulling for you. Not much else to say on that one though.
Yeah, and honestly, same thing for the Raiders Chiefs. Like we already kind of touched on it a bit. It
Yeah,
was it was I couldn't even watch it, man. It was just a blowout. Like it was in the Chiefs' home. It was red, sea of red on the field, off the
so
field.
so the Chiefs they like to mess with the Raiders, which is unfortunate because they are division rivals, and this should be a closer game. But the Chiefs have Rasheed Rice now, and they have Xavier Worthy, and Travis Kelsey gets to be the third option, which I think is where he excels at.
Yeah, he
And
needs more
also,
space.
they didn't need to do much at all. My God, dude, their defense
Don't even
completely
look.
shut him down.
Yeah,
I
don't even look.
I did want to talk a little bit about this game because I started the Chiefs defense over the Rams defense this week because I didn't trust the Rams in fantasy, and the Rams defense like put up 20 points or whatever. I was like, oh God, that's so good for a defense. And then I was like, well, I have the Chiefs against the Raiders. I trust them, and yeah, that was fine. I was perfectly fine. Geno Smith 67 yards, dude. Ashton Genty 21 yards. Your leading receivers 33 yards. Between your top three weapons, you barely crack 100 yards. So
Herbert did more
this,
by himself than that whole team.
yeah, right.
No, I mean it was incredible to
Literally,
watch. The Raiders locker room, like I get the Raiders alerts and stuff from my local paper. They are in just complete shock, dismay. They really thought having
Mhm.
Pete Carroll on was going to like really give us this like
They
amazing
should have. People really thought
on.
it would.
Yeah, no, I did too. I bought into the hype because I was like, yeah, the guy with the Seahawks, yeah, 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 this is gonna be great. We're about to Legion of Boom this shit. Nope, not even close.
Nope. So the reason I brought up that the Chiefs mess with the Raiders, have you ever seen the Ring Around the Rosie play?
No, I don't know. I mean, maybe I've seen it. I just don't know it's called that or something.
I mean, I'm calling it that, but let's see. Yeah, when I searched Ring Around the Rosie, it pulled right up.
Oh my god.
So here, I'll share this with you, just so you can see it. Let me open up his channels. Um, so in this game, I'll let you watch this in the background while I'm describing this. So in this game, what Patrick Mahomes did was he went up on fourth and short, which is always a situation where the quarterback tries to draw the opposing team offside so they get a free 5 yard penalty. Patrick Mahomes is going, and then he stands up and he says, "It never fucking works," like pointing
Yeah,
to the
I saw
sidelines.
the I saw the memes of this. Yeah,
And he's like, "It never fucking works." And then he just goes down and hikes the ball really quick.
yeah, it
And the
was great. It
announcers
was
are
beautiful.
so funny because you can hear it from Mahomes within the booth. And it's like, "Oh, it never works." You hear him complain, "Oh, he snapped it. Oh, he snapped it. They tricked him. They tricked him, Jim."
I'm surprised people don't do that type of stuff more often. That's like,
Well, the Chiefs do it to the Raiders, and they get away with it. You watch that Ring Around the Rosie play?
yeah, I did. Yeah. So why do they do
It's
that? Why
so
does
dumb because
is
they
it to
could.
throw them off the line? Like, is it to like actually? Does it
Oh,
really
the
confuse
clip I
it?
sent you didn't show the touchdown. That was a touchdown, by the way.
It does cut off before the touchdown, but I can assume it was a
Yes.
touchdown just knowing the
Yeah.
score and everything.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, what
And
I'm trying
it's
to
just
ask is like, does it just like make them not be able to read your setup? Like what, like they don't see your formation before you
they've
hike, so
never
they
done
don't.
it since. They've never done it since or prior. It's because it's the Chiefs and or it's because it's the Raiders and they hate the Raiders and they know they can.
That's so funny.
They're bullies. Which, it's the NFL. Good. Everybody's supposed to be a bully.
I mean, do
All right.
something about it, Raiders. Do something
Exactly.
about it.
What are you gonna
Punch,
do about it,
punch
huh?
the back.
Yeah, punch him in the mouth.
Seriously, you have weapons. Like it's not like the Raiders don't have anybody. They're not like the Jets or something. Like
And
they
they kind of do
should.
have anybody. They have Trey Tucker, that was their leading receiver, which is not good.
No, Jesus. Okay. Anyway, like I said, I don't have much else to say about that. Eagles Vikings game was great though, super entertaining.
This is fun.
But
Are the
Wentz is starting to show.
Eagles
Unfortunately, he's
accepting? Yeah, I are the Eagles starting to finally accept that they are a pass first offense? Are they starting to accept it? Devonta Smith, my friend benched him in his for his fantasy team. You're welcome to everybody else for his sacrifice. Because Devonta Smith goes for 183 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, Carson Wentz, like a lot of backup QBs, they have a shelf life. They'll come in, they'll do really well, and then after a few games, it's like, oh,
Carson
this is
Wentz was a first draft pick, I think.
second
Was a
overall. Jared
starter.
Goff was the first overall pick.
Yeah, that's right. They picked Jared Goff. I know. I remember the drama because I thought Wentz was better than Goff back then. I still kind of believe that, but unfortunately, Wentz is not as healthy as Goff is. A lot more injuries, and the two interceptions were bad interceptions.
Hold on, sorry, I just need to hear you say that Jared Goff's better than Carson Wentz.
I said healthier. I said healthier. That's the word I used. Run back the
Okay,
tape.
just but I mean, you can just say Jared Goff's better than Carson Wentz, real quick, just real quick.
Because he's healthier. Because he's healthier.
I feel
Right?
like I'm trying to like
If
force you to
Goff
like
had
need
the
to have
same
opinion
level
on
of
things and then not doing it.
if whoa. Whoa.
Jared
God.
Goff's better than Carson Wentz. I don't know what to tell you. Just say it. Just say the words.
Because of their injury history, their medical
Oh my
history,
God.
yes. Wentz had to go through more physical
No.
trauma. If Goff had the same level of injuries as Wentz, Wentz would be better. Wentz is playing with
No.
like a broken shoulder right now that he's not admitting is broken. I saw him
No.
break that
Seriously,
arm
no.
like 2 weeks ago.
Moving past. Moving past it. Yes, Carson Wentz isn't good. Uh,
He's broken. He's good on the inside.
he's okay. He's fine.
He's good on the inside. But anyway, my point
So,
is that
so
he's not playing well.
he's
He's starting to crack. You're right. His
he
shelf life
needs
is
to.
being hit.
Yeah, exactly. He
I just
needs
don't
to
like that you refer to him as a
inherit.
backup QB. Okay.
He is a backup
He
QB.
doesn't identify as a backup
He's
QB. That's just what he is right now.
he doesn't identify. He is. I don't know what I'm even going to say at this point. Uh,
I broke it.
he's a good backup QB. He somehow is on this journeyman trajectory where he keeps ending up as a starter. And that's not what he's brought in for in any of these teams. But on the flip side, Jalen Hurts is good. Jalen Hurts is good at football.
Now you think he's good? You keep saying the Eagles suck, and now you're like, oh, how
The
great
Eagles'
they are.
offense has been bad. It has been bad.
They just
This
haven't
is
been.
one of the
They haven't been like stat climbing, but they've been playing perfectly. They've been playing
mm,
to the tactics
it
that are
hasn't been
needed.
Maurice. Uh, but
Tush
that's kind of
pushing
what
on.
I'm getting at is like, are they accepting that they should be a pass first offense because of how bad their running game has been? Which their running game has been bad. There's no
Sa-
arguing that.
Saquon Barkley just is being completely shut down. It happens when you have a great running back. Like at some
Like
point, they
Jameer
just
Gibbs, like Bijan Robinson,
give it
like
time.
Christian McCaffrey.
Wait until Gibbs is on a Madden cover and then see how he does the year after. Like that's what I'm trying to
Ooh, I
say.
know. I know this could be the weird Madden curse. It's not an
It's a
injury,
form of
it's not
it.
like a torn ACL. It's just like this is the version of it.
Well, when you become like that level of famous, right? Like it starts to put these targets on you that like teams start reading, preparing for. That's like low key unfair, but it is fair because they know you have Saquon Barkley. Why do they know? Because he's on the Madden cover, right? Like you can't ignore that. You can't not prepare for the run game when you have a Madden cover that you're going up
No.
against.
No, I think their running game is not as inventive as it was last year because they lost Kellen Moore, their offensive coordinator, and every team is preparing for the stars of the team they're going to play. Like the Buccaneers absolutely game planned for Jameer Gibbs. Jameer Gibbs is just better, you know. The 49ers absolutely game planned for Bijan Robinson, but Bijan Robinson still gets like 200 yards from scrimmage. So
Yeah, but those teams are not the
Saquon's
same.
not getting Saquon's not getting the holes that he was getting last year, and he's not getting those explosive plays. It's just he's averaging like 2 yards a carry, which is abysmal.
Yeah, no, it's. I'm gonna chalk it up to Madden curse at this point.
Okay, I gave you valid reasons, but yes,
Yeah, I gave you science and you hit me with voodoo. Uh,
all right.
Speaking of voodoo,
Panthers Jets.
I was doing every voodoo trick in the planet to try to get the Jets to win this freaking game. Like I said, guys, I had $72,000 I would have won if the Jets could have just
7,200, I think. Right?
nope. $72,000. Didn't
No,
misspeak. Not joking because I didn't just it wasn't a parlay that was
step
just
out of the
NFL.
podcast studio.
It was a parlay that
Not
was hitting all sorts of sports. I had hockey and I had multiple weeks. I had this parlay going for weeks now.
gambling is
And
crazy.
yeah, and it was climbing, it was going great, and I was like, all right, Jets, I just need you to do this. If the Jets win, I will pull out of this parlay early and get $72,000. And they couldn't. And the Panthers were like, we got you, bro. We hear you. We're here for you. We want Gridiron to get a cash injection, boost production. Nope. The Jets couldn't do anything. Like I said, they were playing like a team that had like internet lag and just like every movement they were making was like 3 seconds late. Their bodies were wiggling around like they were trying to react to play. It just like was so incredible to watch. And I watched that whole game because I was just like needle grinding and I kept, oh, now this is going to be it. Oh, they got another drive. They're going to do something. Oh, okay. They didn't do anything. Okay, but they got another drive. Their defense is like, the Panthers offense doesn't really do anything. Like the Jets have all these drives that they could just squeak out like one fucking touchdown. That's all they really needed during this game was like one good touchdown run
Yeah,
and then a couple extra points. So
and
they could not figure it out.
yeah, the viral video from this week was that Jets fan getting interviewed where he says, "I was born into this.
You
I
said
didn't choose this." It
I
feels
laughed so
bad.
hard watching that.
It's just a broken man.
I
Like
was born into that.
I was born into this. Um, yeah, Jets are bad. I would just never trust the Jets for anything. By the way, Justin Fields got benched and Tyrod Taylor came in through under 50% completion rate and threw two interceptions.
Horrible interceptions too.
They weren't good.
They were just like, well, you know me. Sometimes I will defend when quarterbacks get interceptions because the receivers like throw the ball up, all sorts of weird shit happens. Like, no, there's absolutely no defense for
Hey,
these.
you know what quarterback you should absolutely love and just rave about all the time?
Rush
Dak Prescott. Look at
Cowboys.
that, 44 to 22, doubling up their score. Speaking of MVP candidates, Dak Prescott.
Seen this before. It's not
Another
gonna
another
last.
three touchdown game.
It's not gonna last, bro.
His
Dak
offense
Prescott.
is good.
They've always been good. They've always have good. They have great seasons. The Cowboys don't have like these Jets seasons where they only win one game in a season, dude. That's not my issue with the Cowboys that they can't like win their division. They always do. Typically, they go to the playoffs quite frequently with Dak Prescott. You know what they don't do is make it far in the playoffs with Dak Prescott. That's the problem.
But
I
enjoy it, man.
no, I can't. I
You
can't.
could be
I
that.
can't
You could
enjoy
be
it
that
anymore.
Jets fan. Could you imagine if that Jets fan had this season? He would be like, "This is the greatest season of my life."
I mean, that was me like what, like 2018, 2019 when it was like Dak Prescott's second year. Like I literally thought we were going to the Super Bowl. I was like, this is the best. And then I've been
Well,
broken
I
ever
was
since then.
worried. I was worried because you guys had Zeke
Yeah.
and
The Zeke era.
I don't know if CD, like when he first came in, I was like, they have the trio. I talked about trios, you know, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but having a trio, you're good. And
Yeah, but then
Devontae
they
Williams,
also
CeeDee Lamb, and then Dak Prescott, that's a pretty good trio.
but then also during that era, they had a great defense. They had Gregory, they had Vanderbilt. It was like a stacked defense, and they were all young. Like that was what's made me so hype for them during that early
Yeah.
time with Dak was how young everybody was. They had the trio, they had a lot going on, but they couldn't get rid of Jason Garrett, who didn't know how to use that team properly. And then Aaron Rodgers was like always our
Jason
curse.
Garrett era. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I really hated
Um,
that era, but also, I mean, Aaron Rodgers just fucking hates Cowboy. Like he had it out for
true.
us. Always the
Yeah,
reason
that's
why.
true.
Always the
That's
reason
true.
why.
On the flip side of it, Commanders, I'm sorry. You guys are hurt. And you guys are old.
Holding hurt.
Like you got Von Miller and Bobby Wagner on your team.
Hey, you be nice to
Uh,
Wagner. I love
Rams
Wagner.
legend, Bobby Wagner. Of course, I'm
Yeah,
gonna be nice to him.
but yeah, he is old as shit.
Yeah, they're all old. Besides Jaden Daniels, but Jaden Daniels is hurt. So I see the potential in this team, and it was a magical run for the NFC Championship last year. It's not happening this year. It's just not. All right, the
So
Packers.
you're saying the Packers are like one of the best teams right now? Is that what you said earlier? Because I didn't watch this Packers Cards game.
If the playoffs started today, they would have a first round bye. They would be the only team in the NFC to have a bye week. They're the number one seed in the NFC, which is funny because they have one less win than all the other division leaders, but they have one less loss. So
That's right. I mean, but again, we know how hurt the Cards are and everything. So what does concern me is that the
the cards are
Packers
the Colts. They're just ugly.
they're ugly, they're hurt, and everything. So how come it was such a close game? Like, why did the Cards score so much against the Packers? Like, that shouldn't be allowed. Like, going back to that trust thing, if a
Yeah,
good team should whoop the shit out of a shitty team, why was this game
yeah, and that's
close?
like when I talked about teams I trust, I do not trust the Packers at all. This is the same team that lost to the Browns,
Yeah, yeah, that fucking
you know,
almost cost you. Oh,
and
I still got to buy you that jersey.
you do. Please, it's a sick jersey. Don't let it sell out.
Okay.
Um, and Jordan Love, I keep wanting him to just be a clear top five QB in the league, but he's just not gonna be. Micah Parsons had 3 sacks though, 3 sack game.
I think Micah Parsons was one of my picks for like defensive player of the year or something. So keep it up. I think so. I remember picking him for something because I thought he was going to be on the
Super
Cowboys.
Bowl MVP. Oh yeah, Kevin, you were happy about it. Micah Parsons, defensive player of the year.
Yep.
Yeah.
So keep it
Offensive
up.
player of the year. Ooh, this is spicy between both of us. I picked Bijan Robinson. You picked Jameer Gibbs. Spicy.
Yeah, it's going to be close.
Rookie of the year is going to be interesting. I have
Yeah,
Amari Nandon. You have Ashton Genty.
we're probably both going to be wrong. Ashton Genty is not
We're
looking on
both going to
track.
be wrong about MVP too. I picked Joe Burrow and you picked Caleb
Uh,
Williams. My God.
oh my God. Yeah, it's okay. Not we'll win something. I think we'll win something out of both these
Fantastic.
categories.
Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. What else we got? What other games do we have? Falcons. Man,
Falcons.
who are you? Also 49ers, who are you? Speaking of the Colts moving out of like meme territory, the 49ers are still good. Like we have to
Somehow.
accept that the 49ers are hurt. No, no somehow. The 49ers are a good football team. Period. They're hurt, sure. No somehow. Because they keep getting tricked week after week and they keep winning games against decent opponents. I think the Falcons are decent opponents.
No, I mean the Falcons have a great's a strong word, but they have a really solid offense, and the
Mm-hmm.
49ers are able to hold it down. I think
49ers have a good defense, even
the
without Frank.
49ers are one of those rare occasions where the coach is doing the coaching thing, I
Robert
think.
Sala, former coach of the Jets. Was it the Jets' fault?
Yes.
Probably. Probably. Um, yeah, I hate seeing Sala on the defensive side of the 49ers. He tormented the McVay for so long. And he's back. And he's tormenting other people. So yeah, Falcons, you let me down. We'll talk about the gridiron guarantee later.
Ooh.
Yeah. Last game, the 7 p.m., 10 p.m. Eastern game, where the fourth quarter just wouldn't end. Seattle, one of the teams I trust, man. I can trust Sam Darnold to connect with Jackson Smith and Jigba. I can trust on the defense to not have just like an off game and give up like 40 points. I trust him not to do that. So it's good. I can trust that the running attack for the Seahawks is also going to be good. I know it's going to be a balanced offense,
The
and I
Texans
can.
did good. The Texans did actually good. They just lost steam towards the like I don't know if you saw this, but like things were getting like extremely heated off the bench. There was a moment. I'm sure you saw like memes of this or like some like clips of this at some point, but there was a moment during the bench where one of the I believe it was the Texans players like gets thrown into the Seahawks bench. Like he literally like
Oh,
flies and
that's
lands
right.
on their bench. Is then everybody starts like jumping on him and pushing him, whatever, and then one of the refs
The
jumps on
guard.
top of him and guards him. And did you
Yeah,
know
he guarded Jackson Smith and Jigba.
that
Yeah.
that ref was a football player on the Dolphins defense, like
For
2008 era, I think,
okay.
maybe earlier, like
All
early
right.
2000s era, and he was decent. Nate something, I forget his last name. It's crazy that he's right there, fucking 2020. I don't know. I thought it was cool that a
What
Dolphins
a
player was
career.
like refing that game. Yeah, no, everyone was like, "Oh, this referee is so good," whatever. And like, no one mentioned that he was a football player. Like, I found that
Yeah,
out later. I was like, "Bro, that's crazy."
it's fun. Um,
But no, anyway, my
Jackson
point is that
Smith
the
and
Texans are starting to get
Jigba.
thrown around and like bullied. You know what I mean? Like they just were
Yeah,
like kind of losing control of
Seahawks
the.
can bully people.
No, they were being
I
very
I'm
tough. Yeah,
very, 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 very interested in the Seahawks Rams game.
that's gonna be a good one.
It's going to be a good one,
I
and
think the
they're
Rams have
playing
it though.
at, they're in LA November 16th. That's when they play first, and then they don't play again until end of December. Weeks, what is that, 16? So yeah, it's gonna be good. Gonna be good games.
Speaking of good games, let's start getting into this week, man. We
Week
covered everything for
8.
week 7. Yeah.
All right. You want to hit that transition?
Would you like this one? Week 8, baby.
Week 8. All right, hit me one more time right after I say it. Week 8. All right, that's not as heavy, but okay. I think I like the number 5 you said it
Yeah,
was.
number 5. That's the go-to. I'm deleting number 2.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it one more time. Now, week 8.
But yeah,
Yeah,
that hits.
that's good. Let's got some power to it. All right, so we've got the Islands games breakdown. Um, it's so much simpler. You see, NFL, it could be like this every week. It's just simple. Before I forget, actually, real quick, this is an absolute bipocalypse for anybody playing fantasy football. Week is brutal. The Jaguars, Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Etienne, Trevor Lawrence, they're gone. Seattle Seahawks, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Kenneth Walker, blah, 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 they're all gone. Arizona, Kyler Murray hasn't been playing. Marvin Harrison Jr., gone. Los Angeles Rams, Devontae Adams, Puka Nakua, Matthew Stafford, Kyron Williams, gone. Las Vegas Raiders, Ashton Genty, I guess,
Yeah, whatever.
gone. Detroit Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff, J-Mo Williams, Jameer Gibbs, David Montgomery, gone.
So those are
Zero
all the teams
quarterback.
that are not playing.
They're all on bye.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah. It's by apocalypse. Um, so
Sounds like
the
a
Island
gay
game.
rave.
By apocalypse. Apocalypse, baby. Woo! I'd go to it, sure. Um,
Raves
so
rave.
first island game we have is the Minnesota Vikings are traveling to SoFi Stadium to face the LA Superchargers. Chargers are favored by 3.5 points.
They should be favored by a bit more.
Yeah, you like them?
Just the Vikings, I just can't trust them enough. You know what I mean? Like if Wentz is starting again, like no one's talking about this, but I'm very observant of players that I actually know, like from the old days, and I can tell, I can pick up on like body language. Wentz has a broken left shoulder. I'm not joking, and he's just not. No one's talking about it. He broke that shit 2 weeks ago, and he's trying to like ignore it.
I don't think it's broken.
He definitely dislocated it, and that's not even a conspiracy. That's confirmed. But I think his rotator cuff is like cracked or something because the way
Yeah, there's something off.
he's moving weird and he's taking the hits very badly. That's why he's throwing interceptions. He's throwing
He's always
interceptions.
taken hits really bad. That's always been an issue of him. He's never protected himself.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what caused the shoulder injury against I forgot what team it was, but it was like 3 weeks ago. Um,
Right.
I saw it live. Like, yeah, he literally just like he took on a middle linebacker like he was going to win. Like it was stupid. It was stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. He
Um,
does.
so
Going back to
yeah,
the Eagles days. Yeah.
yeah. So I have the Chargers picked for this one. I think Herbert is the hero,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
against a team like Vikings, I think he can actually push it over the edge.
And I mentioned it earlier. I think Joe Alt coming back is huge because when you have Joe Herbert, Joe, God,
You missed.
Justin. Hey, my name is Joe Herbert. Uh, when you have Joe Alt coming back, I think that's just so huge. Maybe they can have a running game. Maybe Justin Herbert doesn't have to do everything, which again would just lift this team to a higher level, which is what thought at the beginning of the season when I was touting them as, one of the teams where like nobody will have an answer for him. So,
Well, in the early part of the season, you were right about that. So, like, this could be the
yeah,
resurgence, right? Maybe they're going to get
get back to it.
supercharged. Yeah.
Once they get healthy, once they get Marion Hampton back and they're able to like, make something out of nothing. Like I was talking about with Jameer Gibbs, where it was like negative plays, but he was still getting 5 yards somehow. Hopefully, Omarion can get some level of that aspect to it. Yeah, I think I'm picking the Chargers too.
Yeah, man.
They should win. They should win.
Now, what I think is a harder game to call by a lot is the Packers Steelers because both these teams seem a little funky. Aaron Rodgers obviously is going to. But is it revenge really? He like
Oh,
did the Packers do him
oh,
wrong?
here,
I
let
know
me
that I know the Jets did him wrong and that's why he was mad at them when he had that game, but like the Packers, that was his franchise team and like
the
he should
Packers
have just
drafted
retired.
Jordan Love. Packers drafted Jordan Love when Rodgers was still on the team.
When Rodgers was 39 years old, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that makes them the bad
So
guy. Like, come on.
let me ask you this: do you think Aaron Rodgers thinks it's a revenge game?
Like, if like in all seriousness, if I was him, like, and I'm like the rational human that I am, I wouldn't be that mad at the Packers. I'd be like, yeah, I get it.
The guy going on darkness retreats and like doing ayahuasca in darkness for like 3 straight days. That guy.
Yeah, I do that all the time. What are you talking about? Makes you. It's supposed to make you humble, bro. That type of stuff is supposed to
It
humble you
doesn't. It
and
doesn't.
destroy you. That's supposed to get rid of the ego. That's the whole
Yeah,
point. Is to
kill the
destroy the
ego.
ego. Yeah.
Uh,
So you can't do
no,
all that and then
the,
be salty about the Packers
no,
just doing good
no,
business, basically.
no. The correct answer is he 100% thinks it's a revenge game.
Jesus Christ. Well, I hope you lose then, Aaron Rodgers, because that's stupid. The Jets made sense. Like I get that. I do get that. The Packers, like you have to have some love for your old, like your franchise team, bro. Your whole career was there.
The so like his whole career in Green Bay, he would as much influence as he could into the draft room. He would make sure they would never draft a high profile QB. And
Well,
when Jordan Love was drafted, he absolutely was scorned. He was making like passive aggressive comments and like interviews and stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah.
easy. Aaron Rodgers, you're
Aaron
fucking
Rodgers is
wild.
crazy. Yeah.
You're fucking wild. I saw a funny
He
clip
has
of
a
him.
he has a Netflix special called Enigma
What is it about?
about him. It's about him. It's a documentary about him that he paid for, I think. So
Is it good?
I'm not watching it.
Oh my, you gotta watch it. You gotta rate it. You gotta
No,
be like
no,
one, two,
I
three, four.
refuse. How did I open this? We're both dads of two kids with full-time jobs. We barely have time to watch football.
That is true. That is very true.
I'm not going to spend my time watching a
Yeah, I
dad
had.
of
Oh,
two.
by the way, I really want you to be. I had sick kids when like this was going on too, and I still managed to get football in. So like, dedication
You,
to this project we're doing.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You people out there not watching football, what's your
Yeah.
excuse?
What the fuck's wrong with you? Yeah. Where you at? No, however, really quick, I saw a really funny clip of Aaron Rodgers at a press conference being like, "Yeah, you know, my linemen, they like come up to me and they shake me and push me down and tackle me and all this shit."
Yeah,
And he's like,
yeah.
I'm
Guy
texting them
tackled
at
him.
night. He's like, I texted him afterwards, like, you can't hit me, you can't hit me like that. I'm 41 years old. I'm like, you're willing to admit that you can't even get a celebratory hug without feeling scared about breaking your
The
back.
guy that I think it was like an offensive tackle. I mean, he threw him to the ground.
He did, but guess
Yeah.
what? This football, bro. Like, you got to be able to hang, you old ass motherfucker.
So he
And you're
was asked about it.
yeah, he
The
was asked
offensive
about it
tackle.
because he had a good game, and they're like, yeah, he barely took any hits. He's like, well, I took one hit, and he talked about
No,
his
no,
own.
no. The offensive tackle was asked about it.
Oh,
And he talked about the text conversation and he was joking. He was laughing. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna find them in the next game. I'm gonna do it again."
bro, how funny would that be? You knock out your star quarterback because he's too old to get a high five.
No,
Insanity, and you're still gonna be
no.
pissed that the Packers traded you because you're old. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah. But you know what? So Packers are traveling to Acrisure Stadium. It's Heinz Field. I'll never get off that hill. Um,
Agreed.
Packers are favored by 3.5. I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I don't really trust the Packers defense.
Yeah,
And it's a Rodgers revenge game.
he's gonna do those Roger bombs that are hard to stop. He still has
Yeah,
it. He still
he
has it.
does.
Unfortunately,
He does. Annoyingly.
he's a glass cannon. If this was D&D, he's a glass cannon. You know, he can output the damage ratio. You just can't touch him, or he's
Mhm.
done. Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, but anyway, tough game to call. I kind of want to lean Steelers on this one. Go against the odds.
That's kind of what I'm saying too.
It just feels the right way
I
for this to
just
go.
I feel like this absolutely could be one of the Packers like on weeks because that's kind of what they've been doing. They're like off and weird and wonky and sloppy, and then they're good. They're who we thought they were. And then the next week they're kind of like just weird and like off. They were off last week, so maybe they're going to be on this week.
Maybe. I
But
mean,
weirdly, I trust the Steelers more.
I do. I don't think it's that weird. They've been performing more consistent.
They have been.
Aaron Rodgers is
Yeah.
a game manager, if you will.
Yeah. He is kind of in that stage of his career. It's true.
Yeah, no, that's how I used to
But
play.
he's
Yeah.
able to hit the deep shots when he needs to. Ooh.
I saw. Okay, actually, really quick, I saw another meme of Aaron Rodgers like doing this with some like stick, and then like throwing the craziest bomb. And people in the comment, it was like when you huff a smelling salt and then launch the biggest bomb of the game or something. I'm like, is that real? Like, do you know if has there been like
Smelling
Reddit
salts?
talk? Well, is that a
So
thing
there,
that's allowed, or like has there been
so
Reddit
yes,
threads about this?
smelling salts are allowed. I I have a friend who's into them, and
I've never tried them before in my life.
he was we were just hanging out one time and he was ripping them like every 10, 15 minutes and I was like, "What the hell are
What
you
the fuck?
doing?" We're just hanging out, dude.
For what? Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was also drinking heavily that night. It was a decent time. And so I looked into it and I was like actually researching everything and it's fine to do smelling salts. It's fine when you are doing like peak athletic activity or like a lot of like power lifters will like take a whiff of
Yeah.
smelling salts. And by the way, for people out there who don't know, it's ammonia. It's the same stuff that when you're
P.
cleaning a litter box, it's
Yeah.
literally the same smell.
Oh,
It's
well, I've smelled
I have
that.
a cat.
Yeah, I have two
It's
cats. I've smelled
yeah,
ammonia.
it's bad.
Horrible.
So yeah,
Hate it.
You've never done smelling salts. Obviously, I tried them when my friend was over, and I mean, it's a rush, but I mean, I don't get what people like get out of it. So regardless, the NFL outlawed it this year. It was a big news story. I think I covered it in our like 4 hour week season preview,
Yeah, that's all blur.
and it's all about it was that's talking about a descent into madness. Um, so the NFL will no longer provide it. However, it's still fine if the players provide it for themselves. So there's a lot of clips where like a big play happens and then somebody finds the clip of like
Yeah, literally.
like right before the play. It's
Yeah,
like, yeah, that's where people
I
salt
saw
is.
Aaron Rodgers do it right before hiking the ball, dude. Like he was
Yeah.
walking up to the line like this and then hike and then just threw this huge. I was like, that's allowed. Like I know you could do it like in the sidelines, but like right
Mhm.
there, ready to like hike the fuck. I don't. It just feels like cheating.
It's fine because it only lasts for like 30 seconds or so.
Right, the
But it's
time of a
also
play.
exactly. But it's also like it's like flipping the on off switch on overdrive. If anybody is not an NFL athlete or not a power lifter, don't do it. It's not good for you. Or if you don't need to be like woken up after fainting, which is its main use, by the way,
Yeah,
like
but that's
EMTs
what it.
always
Yeah, that's what I
say.
thought smelling salts were for, was to like revive
Hmm.
people. I didn't realize it was
Yeah.
like this performance enhancer. Why don't do kickers do this? Maybe that's what's wrong with the kickers. Maybe they need to do some smelling
I'm
salts.
sure there's some kickers who do it. Absolutely sure there are some kickers who are like, yes, this is my time. All right. Moving on to the last island game. Only three this week. There's no international game and there's no doubleheader on Monday Night Football.
Oh, thank God.
Speaking of Monday Night Football, the Washington Commanders, with Marcus Mariota starting at QB, are
Lord,
traveling to Arrowhead Stadium.
they're cooked.
They're cooked. Vegas agrees. The Kansas City Chiefs are 12 and a half point favorites. That's a lot.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough one. I don't even know. Should we watch it? Should we even watch it?
But Kevin,
Red on
that's
red
why
violence.
that's why they play the game.
Yeah, but Marcus Mariota, dude, come on.
Hey, don't forget Rams legends Bobby Wagner and Von Miller, technically
Yes, Bobby Wagner, absolutely. Do love him to death. However, cooked, bro,
cooked.
cooked.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's not much else to say.
I'm so sorry, Commanders fans. I feel like you agree with us though.
The Chiefs are like
Um,
3 times better than the Cowboys. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Commanders, yeah. And it's I
No, no,
just
no.
think they're
I'm
different.
saying the Chiefs are 3 times better than the Cowboys, who just whooped the shit
Oh,
out of the
gotcha.
Commanders.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't trust your defense at all going up against Rasheed Rice and this newly invigorated Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, they're
Patrick
back.
Mahomes
They're back
looked
in flow.
like 2019 Patrick Mahomes, which is not good for the rest of the league. And where's the standings at? The AFC West is currently Broncos at 5-2, Chargers at 4-3, Chiefs at 4-3. The Chiefs are gonna win the division.
Maybe,
I think they
probably.
will. Probably. I could see them going like 14-3.
But they won't make it far in the playoffs. I can almost guarantee that.
Interesting. Well, we'll have to talk about that as the season progresses. All right,
All
let's
right.
talk about the main Sunday slate. What are the games we want to watch? We're gonna pick three each. We'll talk about them. Kevin, you pick first.
Yeah, I mean, I did miss a week, so I think I should pick first.
No, we're following standard structure. I picked first last week, even though it was just me. I was absolutely descending into madness when I did this. And then I would pick for you. I don't know if you saw the hand
Yeah, I
talking.
did. I did see the hand. But you also texted me, and I told you my pick as well.
We'll talk about the gridiron guarantee.
So yeah, Sunday, October 26th.
Sunday. It's $5 for the seats, but you're only gonna need the edge.
Oh my God. I want to watch. No, I don't. I don't want to watch that. It's not a lot of games, man.
It's rough. It's kind of a rough week. Maybe we just pick like two each.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll pick the Cowboys Broncos game.
All right,
I'm
that's
curious
fine.
to see what happens there.
That's fun.
No, that's gonna be a good one. Two high-powered offenses with questionable defenses going head to head.
Yeah, I'm excited to see CeeDee Lamb versus Patrick Surtain. That's going to be a good matchup. But how will the Broncos compete with George Pickens as the number two option? Because he's been dominating a bunch of people, even when CeeDee Lamb wasn't in the lineup. How are they going to stop Javonte Williams? How are they going to stop your favorite QB in the league, Dak Prescott? Kevin, how are they going to do it?
I don't think they are, to be honest with you. I think the Cowboys are actually going to win this game.
I can see it. The Cowboys are traveling to Denver, and Denver is 3.5 point favorites, but it is the highest over under this week at 50.5.
Yeah, that makes
So they
sense.
Vegas thinks it's going to be a lot of scoring, and
I,
I
do, I
would
think so
tend
too.
to agree. However, I don't think the Broncos are going to be able to keep up. So there is a world absolutely where the Broncos defense shuts them down. Broncos are supposed to have this really good defense. I
They
just
haven't had it really. They've
I
been
don't know.
winning purely off
I just like
offense.
the Cowboys offense right now.
And CeeDee Lamb's back this game too. So
He was back last game too, and he had
I know.
110 yards. He was back
Yeah,
in form.
he's back. That's what I'm trying to say. Like
He's
he's
back
back.
back. He back back.
Yep. So yeah,
Sorry,
that's the game I
Broncos.
pick.
CD back back.
He's back. Not fake back, real back.
All
Not a
right.
half back.
Oh, not a half back. Hey, I went to the bank earlier and I went back because I wanted my quarterback. Um, what do I want to watch? Do I want to watch the Jets be terrible? That'd be funny.
Sorry, that came late, but it was deserved.
It was very much reserved for the Jets. Oh, talk about jokes. I want to watch. Okay, there's a couple spicy options. Not gonna lie. I want to watch the rematch. I want to watch the Eagles' revenge game
Against the
against
Giants.
Jackson Dart and
I
Kane
almost picked this one.
Scadaboo.
I almost picked this
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
yeah. Can the Giants do it? Can the Giants sweep the Eagles?
Not twice.
It's also kind of a travesty that both division games are out of the way by week 8. I never care for when that happens because, division games are so important. I like them to be towards the end of the season. What if the Giants sweep the Eagles? They are traveling to Philadelphia. I'll say the Eagles are 7.5 point favorites. They're 7.5 point favorites, but they just lost to this team like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, but 3 weeks ago, a lot of new things were happening. Dart was new, not a lot of tape. They were kind of blindsided, and they didn't lose by a ton. They weren't like blown out of the water that game.
No, they were not.
So, being the Eagles being the meta team that they are, and they really like to do every little thing to like kind of crack a team. I think the Giants
Mhm.
are going to be. Listen, they might make some great plays. There might be some of those like moments, those the duo young guy moment, whatever that's getting everybody excited. But the Eagles are the grown ups in the room.
Scadaboo.
Right. It's great. And they're going to have some moments where, the Eagles are not going to be able to contain them. People are going to get excited. It's going to be great. But the Eagles are the grown ups in the room. And they're just going to, I think they're going to dominate this one.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm worried if the Eagles like completely lean into the passing game because I don't think the Giants can stop it. Yeah.
Yep. And their defense will
And
adjust to not make the same
unfortunately,
mistakes.
I could absolutely see this being the first like 70-yard run by Saquon Barkley too. I don't know why, but that just popped into my head.
Well, if they're struggling so heavily against the pass and if they respect it that hard, then yeah, it'll give
Yeah.
Saquon what he needs to be
Yeah.
who he is and just take it off.
There
So
you
yeah,
go.
I don't think it's
You
that.
can
I don't think it's out there. Yeah, yeah.
All right, you pick a game,
I'm
Kevin.
learning. I'm learning. I've learned things over the course of these
I've
eight
seen
weeks.
football.
Seen a lot of football, man.
You have.
I've watched more football than anime this year. Yeah, it's dedication right there. Um, flip and flip, bro. I
Flip,
haven't watched.
flip, flip the
Like, I
coin.
can't believe the Panthers and the Bills have the same record. I think
It's
I have to
wild.
watch. I think I have to
The
watch this
Panthers
game.
are above 500. Oh, this was a funny meme. Was the classic like things in the mirror are closer than they appear, and it's the Buccaneers driving, and it's the Panthers one game behind.
Yeah, Pretty much. But no, I think I'm going to watch the Bills Panthers game. I want to see if Josh Allen gets back into form. The Panthers are better than I gave them credit for at the start of the season. I still think the Jets should have done something better, but let's see what the Bills do and if they can
Bills are
prove.
traveling to Carolina. Tickets are $177. Good for you. The Bucks Saints is $23, for example.
Rough.
Buffalo's favored by 7.5. I haven't said this in a minute. Bills do not lose this game.
You haven't? But no, seriously, Bills don't lose this game. That's kind of why I want to watch it because it's like if they do lose this game, it's like okay,
It's spicy.
yeah,
Yeah. I if they lose this game and then maybe like one more in the next 2 weeks, people are going to start calling for the Bills head coach. They're going to put
oof.
him on the hot seat real fast.
But what about the kicker? I mean, aren't they supposed to go? I'm over it. I'm
The
sorry.
kicker thing.
I'm over it. I'm not over it. I'll never be over it, probably. But
Kickers
anyway,
don't play football.
they use their feet on the ball. It's football.
They named this sport after him. Football. All right.
All right, your turn, sir.
All right. All right. You know what? I think I'm gonna pick a quarterback matchup that would not have been as good a week or two ago. Caleb Williams. I'm
Oh,
taking the
really?
Bears traveling to Baltimore with the return of Lamar Jackson.
He is back.
I want to see how the Bears defense does against like a legit offense or at least a legit QB in Lamar Jackson. And I want to see if Lamar is still healthy. Is Lamar still going to be healthy? Or are they bringing him back too quickly?
What did he get injured with again?
I
Do you
forget.
remember? Yeah, like, do you remember exactly
It was a leg issue. It was
like
either an
thing?
ankle or a hammy or something.
Yeah, I mean, if it's that kind of injury, I don't think they're bringing him back too early. I think they gave him the right amount of time. I mean, it
Yeah,
might be a little soon, but against a team like the Bears, I think it's the time to test him out. And
exactly.
don't forget about Henry. Like the Bears, I think are going to struggle quite a bit against the.
The Bears defense is good. They're averaging 3 turnovers per game. It's crazy.
That means nothing when the people they've played recently, dude. Those
Yeah.
stats only matter in fantasy. They don't matter in like a fight, like a street
I don't
fight,
know,
and
man.
that's
They
what's
played
about
the
to happen.
Cowboys, the Lions, the Vikings, Raiders, Commanders, Saints.
Yeah,
So
exactly. And how did they do against the Cowboys and the Lions? Did
they
they
beat the
win?
Cowboys 31-14. They held to
They
the
did beat the
Cowboys offense
Cowboys.
for 14 points, my man.
Yeah, because the Cowboys do suck. But I mean, real teams, right? They don't do well against them.
Somewhat.
All right.
Take
So
two.
am I pick? I know. Am I picking a third game or no?
You are picking a third game
Okay. Shit. All right.
because we
Ah.
gotta we gotta we gotta at least talk about all the games. Might as well pick three. Have it.
We have to skip some of the games. It is getting late. Oh.
We're almost there.
Oh. I have two choices here.
And I know you want to do it. I know your Florida wants you to
Yeah,
do it.
I'm doing it. Dolphins Falcons. Will they
I
survive?
knew it.
Probably not. Will they wither into
Maybe
nothing by the
close
end of this
to
game?
death.
Will the coach be employed by the end of this game? Let's
If they
make a
get
bet on it.
blown out, so the Dolphins are traveling to Atlanta.
They're gonna get blown
The
out.
Falcons are favored by 7.5 points. The Falcons should blow them out. The Falcons should blow them out. Absolutely. They need a bounce back game after that 49ers game.
But yeah,
They need it.
it's gonna be ugly. I just need to see it. I need to see the collapse because something has to happen after this for the Dolphins. It's been too long
Yeah.
of this type of era for the Dolphins. Something needs. They need their Colts moment where they get something going.
Some magical event. Yeah. And the defense should show life compared to what they did last week. Tua does Tua get benched?
I hope so.
If he if Tua throws 3 more interceptions, you know he has to get benched, right? He has to.
I
At some
mean,
point in time,
if
he's
he was a
gonna.
kicker, if he was a kicker,
He'd be gone. He'd be gone. He'd be long gone.
you have one job:
It's
throw
true.
the football
I'm
to
glad you're
someone on
coming around.
our team. On our team.
All
Uh,
right.
yeah.
I have to pick a game now. We already picked Cowboys Broncos. I think I have to pick. Ooh, you know what? I was thinking about picking the Bucks Saints. I love that rivalry. It's a great rivalry. but I'm gonna pick the Browns Patriots.
I knew it.
I like
Opposite
the Patriots, man. I
standings.
like them. I like Drake May. I like their offense. I like Mike Vrabel. I like their defense. I want to see how they do though against the Browns defense. Browns defense is good, and I want to see how the Browns offense does against this Patriots defense. Can Dylan Gabriel be okay?
Like
Can
I
Quinn
said, he's
Shot?
been really professional. However, this is going to be closer to one of his first real tests, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And Quinshon Judkins looks like a really good running back. He had 3 touchdowns last week. Can he do that against a better defense? The Patriots are favored by 6.5. There's a lot of 6.5 and 7.5 point favorites.
I think that's a bit
Oh,
extreme. I think the Browns have a legit chance here. I don't know if it's
I,
that
I could
desperate.
see it. I could see it. It could be a weird game. The Browns have played weird this year.
Well, again, they got off to a weird start, right? And it's kind of a new team that we're seeing recently. So, like, that's why I'm giving them more of the benefit at this point. But we'll see if it's
Yeah,
deserved. I mean, the Patriots, again, they haven't missed much. They've been pretty consistent. Apparently,
they
they've
have.
earned your
They've
trust.
been
So,
consistent. Well, I wouldn't put them into my fully like trust category like the Colts and the Seahawks, but they're up there. All right, let's run through the others, and then we'll get to our last 2 sections, which are the quickest, I will say, but they're fun.
yes,
All right, Jets. The 0-7 Jets face the Joe Flacco Bengals.
Joe
What a
Flacco's
weird
got this.
sentence. What an odd thing to say that I just did. The Bengals are favored by 6.5. Joe Flacco and the Bengals are favored by 6.5.
Are the Jets going to have a historic losing record soon? How close are they to like breaking a record at this
No
point?
team has ever gone 0-17.
Holy shit. Okay.
So there have
Oh, we
been
got
two
10
teams who
games.
win. The Browns, the Browns, and the Lions went 0-16. But since they expanded the season to 17 games, hey, Jets, go make history.
Let's go, Jets. Let's do
Hey,
it.
if you're
Let's
gonna be
do
bad, be the best at being
be the
bad.
best. Be the fucking
That
best.
was that was my argument when the Rams were god awful, and that's all I had because I lived in a Seahawk town.
Get all the first draft picks.
Hey, and I was like, hey, the Rams have were 6-42 over the last 3 years. That's worse than anybody ever. That's right, we're the best at sucking. That was my argument in high school. All right, we talked Buffalo, Carolina,
See,
Chicago, Baltimore, San Francisco versus Houston. This is going to be an ugly game.
I don't even know how to call this one.
The Texans
My
are favored by 1.5.
well, yeah,
It's
my logical brain says Texans, but the 49ers
I think I'm picking the
have
49ers. I'm going
broken
for
every
yeah.
expectation towards this dude. And the Texans, out of all the teams the Niners have been placed are facing, is one of those teams where you're like, no, I could see the Niners winning.
Yeah. And I haven't been able to see the Niners winning. So that makes me think that they're going to win by
Actually
like a
lose.
touchdown. Or maybe they're going to actually lose because I don't know how to pick the 49ers. I don't. I
Boy.
just don't. Yeah. That's a tough one. That's
All
a tough
right.
one.
And then I think the other game we haven't talked about, there's two more left, is
Bucks.
Bucks Saints.
Bucks
And
Saints.
yeah.
Yeah. So Bucks Saints, one of the best rivalries in all of football. It's one of the least talked about. But these teams hate each other, especially in the NFC South. It's always fun. Tickets for $25. If I lived in New Orleans, I would go see this game. That's cool. Mika Igbukwe, I hope you show up just a little bit healthier. Tampa Bay is only favored by 3.5 points with how bad the Saints have been. That's some respect for New Orleans at home and the rivalry, I think.
Yeah, I guess that has to because yeah, it should be much higher than that. The Bucks have a much
Right?
higher like the Bucks I really don't see
Bucks
them
are a
losing
much better
this.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bucks don't lose this game. Speaking of games where you shouldn't lose, the Titans are facing the Indianapolis Colts in Indiana for the highest underdog line, I should say, the highest favored line. The Colts are favored by 14.5 points. Yeah, it's fair. That's fair. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
No comment. No comment.
Yeah, and Colts will take care of business, right? I trust them, and since I trust them, they should win this game like, I don't know, 30-8. I don't know why 8, but
Yeah,
that's what came. 30 to 8.
like two field.
Ooh. Yeah, calling it. They get a safety and 2 field goals.
All right. So really quick, now that we're done with talking through week 8,
Yeah.
you lost the guarantee. What does that mean?
So, all right, this is our picks section for the entire year. We are going to be tracking our records until the end of the year, including the playoffs and the Super Bowl. We do need to come up with a new like bet, like what's on the line for the winner and the loser for this. But this is something where it's like it's not over until the entire season's over, you know? The Gridiron Guarantee. We just pick one game a week, but the game we pick has to be where the team cannot be favored by more than 3.5, equal to or less than 3.5. If you're picking an underdog, if you want to pick the Titans over the Colts, absolutely go for it. That's fine. But you can't pick the Colts because they're favored by 14.5. Make sense?
Copy. You go
And we can't
first.
pick the same team, so Kevin picks first.
What? I just said you
I
go
did.
first.
It's sorry, it's the rules. I picked first last week. Uh, I am 1-1. Kevin K Dog is 2-0.
Yeah.
I picked the Falcons last week.
Can't be
I'm staying
touched.
away from the 49ers. I'm staying away.
Where is the? Sorry, I can't find the over and unders. 1 second.
Here, so what I use by the time that we record is ESPN. I
Yeah, I
just
found
pull up
it. I
their
found it. I
week 8
found it.
schedule.
I
Yeah.
found it. Yeah, that's what I normally use too. I just couldn't find the right page for some reason. I had the wrong website up.
And it's technically the odds by ESPN Bet.
Yeah,
I know a lot of
ESPN
people use
bets.
like MGM or Caesars or DraftKings.
We'll switch to MGM when we go to the parlay, but that's what I like to use. But let's see here.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that. It's a tough week. So, for example, the 3.5 and under games, Packers, Steelers,
Yeah, but
Cowboys,
that's so hard.
Bears, Bucks,
Oh,
Saints fits within it
can
somehow.
I can't pick the same team twice in a week, right? Like I can't pick Cowboys again.
You could, absolutely, you could.
Okay, I think I'm thinking of the Survivor. Yeah, because I don't know. The Green Bay Packers Steelers game is just too hard to really know.
Spicy.
I feel similar about the Cowboys game, but I just have a little bit more faith in the Cowboys that I can actually count on it. So I'm going to go Cowboys,
All right.
even though I might regret it
They,
because
I
it's
mean,
not
they were up
guaranteed.
there for me. They were. They really were. Which is weird. It's weird to have some trust in the Cowboys offense. I feel like I gotta pick the Bucks. I have to, right? I have to pick the Bucks here. Because who else am I thinking of? I'm thinking about the Chargers. That's within the range. I'm staying away from the Houston 49ers. You already picked the Cowboys, and I'm not gonna. I could do a pick off against you. I could pick the Broncos. Could be spicy.
Oh, then there's a guaranteed loser.
Um, and then Green Bay, Pittsburgh. I think I gotta pick the Bucks, man.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't pick the Green Bay Pittsburgh one. It's going to be too wild,
Yeah, it's gonna be one. Bucks.
too
Take
risky.
care of business.
They should do it. I think you'll be safe this week.
And Broncos beat the Cowboys. All right, that's
How
the
dare you?
Gridiron Guarantee. We'll check back next week. All right, last section. We end it like we always do with the Gridiron Thunder Super Fast Super Parlay.
All right. Oh my gosh. 30 seconds. No. Uh,
It's well deserved. All right, you have to pick the Thursday night game. I can no longer
well,
do
that's
it.
right. Okay, so Vikings versus Chargers. My pick. I get to choose. Pressure is on because if I fuck this,
It would
it
be
has.
incredible.
I'm going Chargers. I'm going
All right,
Chargers. I
all
already
right.
decided. I think they got it. Oh, probably should go to just NFL, not all sports. There we go. Giants and Eagles.
I'm going Eagles.
Yeah, I agree. I think they got
I
it this
want to pick
time.
the Giants, but I can't.
No, don't. Dolphins, Falcons. I not even gonna wait for you to say anything. We already know.
Falcons.
Dolphins, Falcons, Falcons, Falcons. Dolphins don't got it. Jets, Bengals. A bit tougher,
Giants.
but yeah,
Show me
not that tough.
Joe.
Browns, Patriots. Also kind of a gotcha one, I think. Minus
Give
350 towards the
me the
Patriots, but
Patriots.
No. No.
I'm not picking Dylan Gabriel and the Browns, dude. To beat the 5-2 Patriots who beat the Bills in Foxborough. I think it might be closer than the 6.5, but I think the Patriots are going to win.
Speaking of Bills, Bills versus Panthers. Do the Bills have it?
Bills better win that game.
Yeah, they have to. Bears versus Ravens. Ravens not looking good, but Lamar Jackson is back. So
Yeah,
good
the
enough.
Ravens are favored by like 7 points, which I think
Eh,
again is too high, but I would still lean towards Lamar Jackson. They're gonna have some
well,
juice, and they're coming off the bye, so they've
yeah.
been prepping for the Bears for 2 weeks.
Yeah, BetMGM only has it as minus 285, so it's not that crazy, but
Picking the Ravens. I'm
Niners
gonna pick
versus
the
Texans.
underdogs.
Another
There you
gotcha
go.
game.
I'll pick the underdog, 49ers. I don't know what BetMGM has it at.
They're underdogs, but not by a crazy amount. It's minus 105. Buccaneers versus Saints.
Bucks.
It's 235. Titans versus Colts. My God.
Titans.
The Titans, yeah.
Colts. No,
Cowboys
I
versus
don't think
Broncos.
this is the week. Cowboys versus Broncos. Cowboys are underdogs, right?
Yeah, plus 145. So not a huge
Yeah.
underdog.
Let's let's go for it. I
Packers
like them.
Steelers.
Uh,
Steelers are the
Steelers.
underdog. All right. Commanders Chiefs.
Chiefs. It's Chiefs.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Oh my God. What the hell? Why is it so low? Are we missing something?
Really?
$2 will only make us $274,
No
Thor.
way.
We
No
picked a lot of
way.
favorites. Yeah, the games that we
I picked three underdogs at least.
only
Oh
two,
well. Oh
but
well.
and they're not underdogs by like crazy margins, which is why this is happening. Because
So
normally,
I picked
normally
the
an underdog,
Steelers, right? So
yeah,
Steelers, Cowboys, 49ers. Oh, is that it?
yeah,
All right.
exactly.
Whatever.
And their underdogs are like not like plus 300 or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
And the other
I will
teams that we're
say,
betting on have like minus 800, which is like guaranteed
yeah.
win, basically. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there's a
why.
lot of heavy favorites this week.
Yeah.
There's a
So
lot.
I kind of knew this was going to happen, that we were going to get a big
Yeah.
one because a lot of people will probably
Um,
make money this week if things go according to
that's true.
schedule.
And I will say we're also missing 3 games with 6 teams on bye.
Yeah. So that also adds to it, mathematically
Hmm.
speaking. But that's
Mathematically.
fine. Hey, listen, if we can win this, then we can say, hey, guys, we win parlays. This is a winning podcast. You better follow us for the best tips and tricks because we won week 8.
Yeah,
We got
we
every
won.
single
We
game right.
picked every game right.
Every
How
game
crazy
ever
is
that could
that?
have happened. Yeah, exactly. So I can't wait. Can't wait to finally score one, especially since you're not picking the Thursday game, even though you probably would have
That's
made the same
true.
pick. So we'll see. Yeah. Listen, it just has to not come from you because you obviously have
That's
some sort
true.
of curse on you. So it has to come from me. That's all.
Thursday night curse.
Yeah. I really enjoy, like, I don't know what it is. Like, Thursday night games are starting to become like my favorite. I
They're
love watching
fun.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're fun. They fixed it because they used to be the worst dog water games ever. Every Thursday was terrible. And this year, every Thursday game has been amazing.
Yeah, it's been super. Yeah, that's
So,
what I'm saying. They're becoming like my favorite football day. It's usually Sunday,
yeah.
but like, anyway, I think this super tight podcast is longer than our typical podcast.
You cut off a little bit there. The Super Tight Podcast is what? So hit me one more time, Kevin.
I said I think our super tight, super organized podcast that we were aiming for is longer than any podcast we've done.
It's probably going to be like an hour and a half, at
Yeah,
least.
I think this is one of the longer ones, but it's okay. I had a lot of fun talking about it. I was pent up because I didn't get to talk about it last week, so
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah, you were pent up. Pent up,
yeah,
dude.
I had a lot, I had a lot to go through, and no, and listen, it was a dramatic week. There was a lot of like storylines and
It was
just
fun.
like
It was fun,
my
man. Football's
YouTube
fun.
algorithm is just like cluing me in on like things that I'm missing during the
Nice.
games. Now it's starting to show me clips of like, oh, did you see this happen on the sideline? I was like, no, I didn't see that. Let me watch it
Yeah.
and go through it. And yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm starting
Perfect.
to dive into that. Yeah,
You're back.
yeah.
You're back. We're back. And as always, I've been Thor. He's been Kevin. And we've been Gridiron Thunder.
Later,
Until
y'all.
next week.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe,
Yeah, do the YouTube
share
stuff.
this with
Ring
your
the bell.
mother, share this with your brother, share this with your
Yeah.
dog, share it with your
Yeah.
coworkers.
Make them watch. Just leave it on in the background and loop it.
Yep, over and over.
Yeah. Over and over
Thanks.
forever. Yeah.
Yep. Appreciate it, guys.